Okay, what do we actually want as the little bit of trivia?
Could our trivia be favorite board game as a kid?
Very relevant to our
Or
talk.
maybe like favorite game related thing.
Yeah, favorite
Yeah,
game.
favorite
Yeah.
game.
That's good.
Well,
Yeah,
I say Zeka starts.
It's Elden Ring.
I forgot about this rule. Well, no, I'm not playing Elden Ring anymore. He said
but
while
is
playing
Zeka?
Elden Ring.
Wait, what are we talking about? We know Zeka's. It's Fortnite.
Is Fortnite. I mean, you don't get. Hey, Zeka, you can pick anybody else's character's game as their favorite. Zeka's favorite game is Fortnite.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, problem is you can only ever play it for 2 weeks.
You can just go. It's because Eric will be like, well, he didn't have a traditional childhood. So.
And there's solitaire anyway. So pick something more funny, Will.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
I just think it's really disrespectful how Zeka always Fortnite dances over the guys he kills.
He's just always flossing.
I think.
Oh, he can't teabag his mind flare.
We can't teabag the mind flare.
I think
This time.
Morak's favorite game as a kid was Wizard Chess. Only it's not just Harry Potter, where the Wizard Chess is just that the pieces move on their own. In Wizard Chess, they actually like cast spells and shit and have special effects. So
Like the pieces do, or the people who are playing them do?
No, it's just Yu-Gi-Oh.
it's tough to say. I'll let you expand on that.
Cool as fuck.
You son of a bitch, poison spray.
It's a high-level version of animate objects. It's and also the bishop is the strongest because it can cast Revivify.
Yo.
Dude, chess would be insane if you could revive pieces. Well, I guess you kind of can.
You
You
can
got a
really
promotion.
transmutate pieces.
Yeah, that's a better way
It's
of
neither
doing it.
here nor there, though.
All right, your
It's
turn.
Wizard's chest. Chest. Fuck. God damn it.
Necromancer's chest. Chest, damn it, you have me.
Freudian
Round
slips here,
2.
boys.
Freudian slip.
I'll go. So, on the commune that Ode grew up in, they had kind of like a loose idea of like like one parent wasn't like, I'll be the parent to this child. Like there were many children, and kind of whoever was taking care of them that day would do it. But on the commune, they were kind of focused on making like pieces of art and then supporting the commune by selling them in the cities. So rather than have like traditional games, they would be like, okay, your game for the day is like who can fetch water from the river and bring it to the commune back the quickest. It's like who can get the highest price on these flower crowns.
Who can steal the most bread from the market?
Yeah. So
I mean,
Who can pick the most pockets?
no, they didn't. They sold all their art. We don't want to impede on Kezia's IP.
Sneak around the city quickest.
No, I don't think. No, I think you're.
Who can be the smallest person?
that's
in the room?
Kezia. She wins every time.
So I think like she had like the most fun when she was being shown like different kinds of art styles by like different people in the commune, but mostly they were just like, oh, these kids can like go gather flowers for us.
This is labor.
It's just child labor. I love that game.
Yeah.
God, that got me. Who would like to go next?
I can do Artuk. Artuk.
Wait, sorry to interrupt you real quick. I want to say this is why she was particularly okay with them being raised by the Ceruleanite Monastery, and I'm not referring to the Ceruleanite Monastery when I talk about it. Just to make that clear.
Okay.
Please, sorry to interrupt you, Adam.
No worries. Artuk only had one other kid in the herd growing up who was his age at all, And so there weren't a whole lot of like game partners or like, and it was also a small hearth that there weren't like really established games. But he and Insect, the other kid there, definitely came up with stick and hoop. It had probably already been invented a billion times over, but it hadn't there, and they came up with it.
Was Insect like a sexy lady Firebolt?
Insect? No, not at all. He's like a kind of squirrely boy, like a year or two younger than Artec
I
was.
feel like our Adam has / Artec has talked about Insect enough that.
Okay, I'm sorry, I forgot about Artug's background character, Insect.
Insect was the Zeka of that
you
herd.
named Insect?
Because I saw an insect in the room.
Hey, don't apologize to us. Apologize to Insect.
I'm sorry, Insect.
If you ever meet him, you'll have to apologize.
Do they grow up hot?
I haven't seen him since I left.
Probably not.
Morax,
Yeah.
I like
you
the
guys are
side
gonna get
narrative.
there and Morax just gonna be really into Insect for some reason.
I'm gonna manifest this.
But yeah, we definitely just played stick and hoop a bunch. Which also, it's just a really fun game. Like Adam as a kid played stick and hoop and it was great.
Can you just
wait, hold on.
stick
You
and
get a hoop and a stick, and then you roll the hoop around with the stick.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
no.
all I thought it was.
No, it's each person has like there's 2 sticks and a hoop, and the sticks are like curved at the end, kind of like a shepherd's crook. And you both start with like what your crook like through the hoop, and the person who wins is the one who gets the hoop like unhooked from the other person's crook.
I was definitely thinking what Eric was also thinking.
I also thought that as well. I didn't know this.
As
Gotcha.
did I.
No, stick and hoop is, it was like an ancient Egyptian game originally. As a kid, like in like elementary school, I had to do a project about like ancient Egyptian culture, and so I did like a demo of stick and hoop where my dad helped me make a hoop and sticks for it, like out of woodwork stuff, and we just played on the playground after.
As your understanding of it is, because Eric is looking up stick and hoop right now, and it's literally just people rolling hoops with a
Oh
stick.
shit! Maybe they didn't call it stick and hoop. One sec. Let me
See, I really like the idea that, like, you guys are on the trail, you guys are on the way to these ruins, and you're just like, fuck it, let's just settle down for a night. And Morak and Byron are like, yeah, let's just play some stick and hoop. And they start playing it wrong, and Artuk is really adamant about the rules.
Oh,
Like,
my bad.
really just a pain in the ass about them.
It's called tug of hoop. Apparently, the one that I'm thinking of.
Okay, they made that
Tug
up.
and hoop?
Tug of hoop.
Here,
Tug of
wait.
hoop.
Whoa.
I got you.
You know, in the hieroglyphics, it makes more sense.
Actually, there's the hieroglyphics.
Wow. No,
All right,
this is bro. They made this game up. It was 2 bros independently playing stick and hoop, and then they just got the picture in the perfect spot.
They were both independently playing stick and hoop, and then they both kind of accidentally went for the same hoop, and they got stuck.
Artuk definitely was on the state team in the herd, or on this the herd the herd of stick. What is it fucking called? Tug of hoop team, and then he almost made it to state, but never quite got it.
Insect unfortunately won that competition.
Insect went to nationals.
Artuk looked on longingly.
That's gonna be Artuk's like the final part of his arc is just gonna be like Insect is gonna be the big bad boss and challenge me to a game of tug of hoop for our lives.
Oh, I'm gonna write that down.
Write that down. Write that down.
All right. Well, who's next on this game thing?
Sunny.
Okay. Obviously, I think it's in lore already. Sunny's favorite game is Solitaire, but I think in the opportunities he did have, the opportunity to play games with other soldiers and stuff, there were a lot of card games. So he did try to participate in that, but he could never really grasp the concept of any card game besides Solitaire. So he always defaulted back to that. Through
someone puts down like an ace in war, and Sunny immediately puts down like a red 2.
Yeah.
He only figured out solitaire and go fish, and if it's not solitaire, he thinks it's go fish.
Aw.
Well, it's like
I mean, you guys know the reason for that is they installed a little module in there to stop him from counting cards because they had a few issues towards the beginning.
oh yeah, Gamblebot. He was really taking them for all they were worth.
Canon. I want to meet Gamblebot now.
All right, writing it down.
P4M, BL3, B0T.
All right, that's Sunny. Kezia.
Kezia, so Kezia's favorite thing was this game that was just called, they just combined hide and seek and tag, so they just called it hide and tag. And so the goal was if you were found, you didn't immediately lose, you had to get away. That was what they called it.
Did she play this with Annie, or like were there other adopted siblings?
The
She
police
introduced
actually.
this to Annie, but she actually played this with another group of people that she used to know.
Called the police.
Called the police.
She called them Addie and Juice. Were their names.
I remember a flashback from a literal year ago with these characters.
Adderall.
Addie and Juice.
Addie and Juice is what the names were.
Impressive, Brenna.
Their actual names were something else. That's just what she called them, and subsequently what she's calling them, right? Like when she explains to you guys.
Second sentence actually has those names. Wow.
Yeah.
God, that's a kick-ass second name. Anyway.
So. Yeah.
I would totally play a character called Juice.
She probably introduced this actually to Zeka. She's like, okay, we're going to play this game. You're going to love it.
What's it called?
We call it hide and tag. You know hide and seek?
I love hide and seek. Only it's hard for me to like hide, but yeah.
So the point is this is not necessarily just hiding, but also to get away. So.
Oh. So like if they find me, I can just like run?
Yeah. You got to be able to get out.
Okay, can I like hit them if they get too close to me?
No. It's just no contact. As soon as you touch someone else, you also lose.
We actually have a flag hide and tag team.
All that means is that you need to use a weapon to hit them because you're not.
No, that does not. That counts. That counts as well. That counts as well.
This feels like you're adding it because you don't want to get stabbed by Zeka.
Wait a minute. It
That's
counts
a
if you hit them with a
reasonable
weapon.
Byron.
It counts if you hit them with a weapon. Why would you just use a crossbow or something then?
No. It does not.
Oh, there
it
you
not
go.
Counts
They
if
can't
you
find
hit
you
them.
if their leg is broken because they can't get to you.
Okay, you guys don't understand the game. This is why
We used to play a game like this. We used to play a game like this, but it was with saboteurs to find them and catch them.
That's lovely.
Yeah, unfortunately,
did use
Ode
cross-
was banned from the hide and tag team because her body's considered a weapon.
True.
I am blind today. Byron.
Okay. Byron.
It was
like,
also
he's
tug of
he's pretty good at card games. No, surprisingly. It was things like gin, rummy, and like other card games like that. He even knows the rules to bridge that he just doesn't like to. But the game that he enjoyed playing the most was actually chess. But only playing it with his mother, because the two of them would just go back and forth making up silly stories as they played the game, not following any tactics. And then he'd play with his dad, who would actually like memorize tactics and use them. And Byron just would be like, "This isn't fun, Dad. Come on."
But was
you
it
gotta lead
Wizards
with
chess?
The king. No, they couldn't afford Wizards chess.
You can't play Wizards chess. Not rich enough.
Man, he liked to do that. He also doesn't like poker. Too many things to memorize.
I was like taking notes on everyone's games, and I put Dad used tactics, but Mom just wanted to have fun, and so then I was like, Moms just want to have fun.
It's true though.
Appreciate, Mary.
Moms
Appreciate.
do want to have fun, and no one lets them.
I've now realized half of Byron's fun facts are just kind of like, his mom's a lot of fun. His
Yeah.
dad was a little bit of a stick in the mud.
And his dad sucks.
And his dad existed.
Yeah.
I think, is that everyone? Is that,
Did Artux say something? Oh yeah, stick and feet.
We
Tug
talked
of
a
War,
lot
good lord.
about Artux.
What's Jabraska's?
Oh yeah.
What
Oh,
was
oh,
Nebraska's?
Hey guys, let's ask him. Oh,
Boxing.
dang it.
You
Hey,
see,
no.
you see in the
he
acid
just
pool,
loves
you
Fortnite.
see the words appear to say honey pop and then fade.
Oh,
Oh
Oh,
no.
See-
I knew he was a fucking perv.
He actually liked roll a ball with your friends. The problem is though that
He didn't have any
you
friends.
just kind of rolled it the one time and then you walked away. Everyone kept expecting them to keep going and they just never did.
Really like tug of war with himself.
well, yeah. See, they didn't have Monkey Ball yet, and that's when it really got interesting.
Just regular monkey ball.
Not super.
Totally normal monkey ball.
Totally normal. That's the sequel. I want that to be the next game in the series, just totally normal monkey ball, and it's just like you're walking around like a suburb.
So, having picked up from last session, where you guys were able to defeat the Illithid, just to kind of take a second back to repaint the scene, you are all having dispatched all of the various psionic minions, the frog mutons, all the weird brain monsters. You are. Oh, hold on a second. That fellow needs a big old extra. I'll get it later. But you have all successfully defeated every single enemy in front of you, and towards the front of you, near this just massive brain, this massive brain structure where Morak, Sunny, and Ode, for that matter, were able to put down the Illithid. You see just this holographic projection of the planet Oberian floating and just kind of hovering above it, similar to when you saw it in Fort Kingston, and kind of materializing beside it is an illusory figure of an Illithid as well. Similar to kind of the globe and how Morak you have seen it in the computer, where it's just not fully there, but you see it and the entire form just kind of begin to kind of materialize in front or just hovering above the brain.
David, so for the brain, I'm kind of visualizing what's on the map of like a big kind of like purpley pulsating brain like on top of this like like circular base looking thing. Can you describe like kind of how high up the top of the brain goes and then how high the like world projection is in relation to the top of the brain kind of?
Sure. So the brain at the absolute tallest is kind of as a structure about 9 feet tall and roughly a hemisphere with just kind of how this whole stand and such kind of works with it.
Okay.
And maybe floating just a foot above it is a sphere of the globe that's probably like a 4-foot diameter sphere, just kind of floating just a little bit above it, and just kind of slowly turning.
Wait, so a globe, like the literal globe of the world?
Yep.
So
Oh,
none
wow.
of us know what that is.
Guys,
Yeah.
this is big. This is big for the scientific community.
I'll believe it.
What am
Don't
I
you
looking
mean-
at?
A disc of the world?
Yeah, where's the ice wall?
GNU.
So Morak is really the only one who would recognize this as
Yeah.
the world, as Oberian.
Artux certainly doesn't.
It's just a round thing with plants and such on it.
So I guess if we're looking at it, Ode might say, does anyone know what that projection thing is?
A sphere?
No. Is that like a marble? It looks like a big marble.
You see Morak, like, after killing the Illithid, he's on his knees, and he takes off the helmet, and there's blood coming out of his ears a little bit. And
Oh gosh, Morak.
he's just like, I think I have some theories. I think that is Oberian. We don't need to talk about it right now, but needless to say, I think they're trying to come after us again.
I
Do
think
you
you
need
should
some
take
healing?
a rest.
Do you need some healing, my guy?
Yes!
You know what? Let's take just like 10 minutes. I'm gonna do a prayer of healing for everyone here.
You guys do
Yeah.
again see an illusion of an Illithid forming next to it.
Oh,
shit.
Right
Okay,
next
well,
to it.
hold on a second, Morak. Let me just finish this Fortnite
Hold on a
game.
second, Illithid.
Hey, Morak, maybe sit down away from that thing really quick.
Okay,
You look
Morak's
really
gonna
bad.
just go and help
Where's
me
the
just crawl
top
5 feet over.
Far left side.
okay. I will just hold an arrow ready
Helped Morak.
at it.
I'll hold a sacred flame ready.
All
Or
right.
firebolt.
Let's move further.
As you guys watch it, you see the form just kind of continue to materialize, and after just a couple of seconds, it finishes, and it's not identical to the one you fought. You notice that it seems just a little bit taller and kind of like draped in this almost like kind of like purplish robes that are covering most of the squid body.
Like ceremonial?
A little bit. Kind of like
Or
almost
like
like
a war general?
more like it's hard
Like
to
a
tell
sleek
because it's like
nightgown.
just an alien outfit, but
Yeah,
Right,
but
like
right.
similar to almost like like an old style like preacher's robes, like clearly like robes rather than like a nice prim and proper suit.
Gotcha.
And it is towering about 8.5 feet tall, and it just kind of begins to levitate down and around to the front.
Does it see us, or is it like fake?
I mean, it doesn't seem to acknowledge you all at first.
But hello,
To give a quick just so it's clear, it's basically like path of movement is it's kind of like just kind of curves around almost like descending a staircase until it is pretty much right up next to Kezia, but kind of looking at the deceased elephant.
I'll just take a couple steps back. I'm just not
Hello
okay with
there.
that.
Mr. Guy, hello.
I'm just gonna pick up a rock from the ground and chuck it through him or at
Are
him.
you moving closer to Ode will grab Morak.
I need to. We need to
Is he
know
responding? Sorry.
So Kezia, as you kind of huck a rock through it, you see it does pass through the body, and make a just quick intelligence check for me.
Kind of looks like an illusion to me, but
Okay,
yeah.
you don't have to make a check. But yeah, it definitely appears to be some kind of illusion.
Kezia is familiar with illusions.
When I said something to it, did it like did I get a glimmer of it like ignoring me, or it literally can't hear me?
Go ahead and roll insight.
Okay. Insight.
It seems to be ignoring you for now. Like you see like kind of like just a very subtle like head turn as you guys are kind of yelling at it, but it just seems focused for a moment.
Ah, jeez. Okay.
Oh, can you help walk me over there so I can get my sword?
Okay.
Here, I've got you. Mark will pick it up and bring it to him.
Well, I was gonna. Okay, well. You did it the least cool way I could possibly do it. Okay, well, now I pick it up, and I'm like, okay, Oda, help me walk over to the hologram this time. And we're just gonna, like, point the sword at the Illithid.
Can I detect magic on the Illithid hologram?
Go ahead.
I do that.
Psionics and School of Illusion. Duh. Psyonic
Yeah.
Illusion.
All right, it's an illusion. I think
Never would have
everyone
guessed
already knew that. Yeah.
Mark,
all right.
as you point the sword at it, just kind of at the nearest tip of your sword, as it kind of approaches the illithid form, you see it like the hologram almost like distort just a little bit.
All right.
How much shit do I still have?
In its
An
head,
unworthy host, not fit for ascension. The illithid turns towards all of you. We thank you for freeing us of this weakness. Though, its failure was not absolute. And it kind of just looks to the brain, looks towards the globe, and then looks back to all of you. A prize, once thought lost, returned to our sights.
Who are you?
We have many names. Illithid. Make an intelligence saving throw.
Oh fuck.
Everybody?
Just Zeko for right now.
Oh fuck. I fucked up. Oh.
Oh shit.
Oh gosh.
What a roll.
And instantly.
Mind Flailer? It kind of seems a little confused at that one.
Oh, it's just reading my mind?
Yeah, it was just reading your mind. It was probing your mind for a second, and that's the one it pulled from you. Mind Flailer.
Scary, scary.
Justin? Why do you think my name is Justin?
We, however, are the inheritors of greatness. We who conquered the stars, and who will reshape existence into our image.
Doesn't seem like you did that great of a job conquering, if I'm going to be entirely honest here. If you lost, here.
Looks over at Byron. Byron, you feel a presence on your mind. Make an intelligence save. You have advantage.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Too bad my intelligence went down by 1.
Yep.
Oh,
Good
that's
enough.
right.
Let me just look at this real quick. A tool of the meddler. Your ignorance will not spare you, nor your people.
The fuck is that supposed to even mean?
Is the meddler like a Batman villain?
No, it's a man-bat villain.
Oh.
That is a Batman villain, though.
The meddler?
No, the man bat. Never mind.
Oh, leans over to Murak and whispers, we're not learning anything from this. Can you just hit it?
Wait.
Yeah. Morak's gonna try to, like.
I want to say Ode said that with having an 8 intelligence, thinking that we weren't learning anything.
It's true. It's true. Yeah.
Just
I think-
so you know.
Yeah, no, Morak has double the intelligence.
She's like a compliant thing willing to tell us we're not learning anything.
Why did you break the weave?
An unexpected side effect, though not entirely unwelcome.
Of what? What was your actual goal?
Ascension. Ascension
Or-
for all. A
You're gonna have
chance
to
for all to join together in one glorious unity and one perfect being. I want everyone to make an intelligence saving throw.
Oh fuck.
Can somebody make mine?
Yeah, I got you.
Morak got a 21 because he's all hopped up on mind juice right now.
Byron got 21 because he's all hopped up on confusion and forgetting how to do his taxes.
I got an 8 because I'm a 14-year-old boy.
I got a
Me-
16, but Brenna got like a 2 because she was very confused by the by the change in Roll20.
Yeah,
For
I was
me-
about to say the UI's.
I don't like the
now.
dark version. It's really hard to read.
There's a switch at the left side of the screen to turn it back to normal.
I
I
like the
changed
dark
it back.
version.
Only right now.
Both Artuk and Sunny got 11s.
Artuk and Sunny. Zeka got an 8, Kezia 16, Byron and Morak are 21, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
and then Ode got an 18.
Ode got an 18?
Unless we're counting a natural 20 as a 30. In which case, I got a 31.
Anyway. Among all, not all, Morak, or sorry, god damn it, that was the worst one yet. Artuk, Zeka, and Sunny. The three of you all just feel kind of just pulled to the forefront of your minds for just an instant, like flashes of memories of the fight just a moment ago, actually, and even before that, the fight against Amir. And just it's very rapid fire, but just suddenly these memories begin to kind of resurface of just several of the fights you guys have had, and like some of the time you guys have spent together in the last seems like the last couple weeks or so.
Do I get a malicious vibe off of like what's happening to my head right now? Like, am I being pried into? Is that how I feel?
Do you get a malicious vibe over this whole deal?
Okay, I mean to say like, is there like there's a difference between like I suddenly am thinking about memories that I didn't expect to, and I feel the presence of another mind probing.
You feel
my
the
head.
presence pretty
Okay.
firmly.
So this is, Artuk base reaction, being not immensely smart and just trying the one thing he can think of. So when I communicate mentally with people, right, using the Siren's gift, I just like think the words and it like goes to their heads, right?
Yep.
I'm just gonna think of like a really loud screeching noise, like the worst fucking like terrifying like owl in your ear, like screeching like it sounds like death. And I'm just gonna like focus it really hard right at the mind flare
Hey,
to
Eric.
try to like
since you're the
disrupt
only
whatever it's
one
doing.
Eric, since you're the only one not in an apartment right now, can you give us an example of what that's supposed to sound like?
Oh my god. I have to edit
What?
this.
What it sounds like?
Yeah.
Sounds like.
What just happened?
Wow, he had a stroke.
I've never been so happy that Discord has a noise cap.
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
I just like that now Eric is the crazy man that just screamed in his car randomly at 5:38.
Hey, that's what's gonna ruin my political campaign. Is that soundbite?
Yeah.
Not what I wanted.
I'll add that to the list. Right alongside the 5 minutes of diarrhea jokes back to back to back between you and Will.
Oh, dude. I remember that.
Yeah, if let's say Morak, Byron, oh wait, everyone's up front. Let's say everyone make an intelligence save.
Again?
Oh.
Again?
Yep.
Oh. I'll turn off advantage.
Holy shit!
Double
Wow.
nat 20.
Someone get okay.
Your brain's working in overdrive right now because you just lost some brain power.
It's compensating. Kezia, I think I need one from you.
Yes, I'm just trying to get my thing to. Oh, there it goes. Okay.
He's
Oh,
just
sweet. Okay.
Oh, never mind.
Morak, Ode, and Sunny. You kind of see Artuk focus for just a second, kind of intently towards this thing. And then in the three of your guys' heads, you just hear just a violently scream back.
What the? Was that?
Yeah, it happens sometimes.
That noise. It's awful, but somehow so familiar.
Somewhat sensual.
I'm frightened and aroused.
Okay, what does the mind flare do next?
Me down for
Kind of
scared
just
and
begins
horny.
to drift around, and Actually, you see as it's kind of levitating through the air, it just kind of begins to spiral around this little trio of Morak, Byron, and Ode.
Morak's gonna point the sword back at him and just say, "Listen, I don't know what you're trying to do, but you failed before. And this is my planet. You don't get
Well,
this.
I feel like it's our planet.
Shut the fuck
Oh.
up, Byron."
All right, fine.
Point
The
the
Sure.
sword at him a
Illithid
little bit.
reaches forward, Morak. It reaches a hand towards. You have the Shadow Blade up still, right?
No, it's just my normal sword.
Well, that's a lot less cool for what I was gonna do.
Yeah,
Your
the Shadow
Blade
died
was
once
no.
I got mine blasted yesterday.
Ah, shit! Damn it! I ruined my own cutscene. Fuck!
You failed before. And that's when we didn't have many people trying to stop you. I swear as a Tuskbane, we will make sure you never come to this planet again.
Morak, make an intelligence save. You have disadvantage. I'm gonna mark that off. Didn't expect you to make it angry that quickly.
12.
Morak, in your mind, just immediately racing to the forefront. Pretty much the instant you say Tuskbane, just kind of the impression of a history of your people, kind of like as if you were mentally going over that kind of feeling you get whenever you think of like whenever you would go through like the Tuskbane history book as like for studying for your classes, or just because Morak is definitely the type of dude who would casually read a history book. But kind of that impression, and then just flashes of the city of Cathartis in your mind, and just other Orcish provinces for just a moment. Your Tuskbanes will not help you. That name has no meaning to us, and soon there will be no give it meaning. It kind of recoils, kind of begins to drift over to.
I try to use one last side point, and I try to like blast him back, and I can like take health for this. But can I blast him back with all the memories of me killing mind flares? Because there's
Do
been
you
3.
have a side point?
I have one side point.
Okay. Yeah. What save does he have to make?
I mean, like you've said I can use the side points just like doing random psionic things.
Just what is the save for Mind Blast? Just to remind me.
Let me try to find it.
Because I know you're not literally trying to knock back an illusion 15 feet, but I'm more just like, want to have a sense for what it is. DC is.
There's a strength.
Okay.
And my DC is, I don't know why it says 0 right now. What? I think the new update has changed my character sheet.
It had some changes in the tokens I had to fix a couple days ago.
Yeah, I have a +3 intelligence.
I think that would be a DC 14 then, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus proficiency, so 3 + 3 + 8, yeah.
Oh.
All right. Morg, as it kind of begins to drift away from you, what does this look like as you just kind of focus this mental just rage towards this thing?
Well, it's just, like, I'm imagining it's just like a POV of like each time, like starting with the first one we found in the pod, of us just all like ganking it, followed by the second one of us throwing it into a fire, and then this last one of like us just going ham on it, and then the eventual end is Morak grabbing the stake and shoving it into its brain.
Okay.
And we'll throw in us killing the Elder Brain in there a little bit too.
Okay. I want every single person to just roll a d20 for me.
Oof. Yo, not 20.
Yikes.
Yikes!
Oh,
The
no!
frickin' the duality of man.
Devils.
It's kind of metal, though. I feel like
You
if three people roll
see,
sixes, you all have to save because that's so fucking metal.
you see this elder brain drift or elder brain. Good lord, no! You see this illithid drift away from you, and Morak, as you kind of just shoot this shockwave in, you see the hologram immediately begin to distort, and then it turns towards you all. And I'm going to say Kezia, Byron, and Artuk, and Ode. You guys are going to take, only 6 points of psychic damage as you see this hologram immediately begin to destabilize. Your paltry tricks, your attempts to mimic our mastery will not be forgotten. And you, Morak Tuskbane, your name will be the last words of all your people on all the lips of your people as they beg for mercy and know it was you who damned them. And you see just kind of the hologram begin to kind of further destabilize. Is there anything you want to do as you see this thing is like whatever you just did to it, it fucked with it actually pretty good.
If I'm noticing that, like, messing with its head or, like, putting thoughts in its head is doing something, anything, if it's reacting to those at all, I'm going to take this one moment to finally, you know, deal some justice for something that Artok has definitely been thinking about since then, that this dude is directly responsible for. The first person that I've actually been able to, like, like focus the, sort of want for balance that I have with this on. I am going to, in the deepest bits of the empathy that I can pull, try to really feel, really understand the grief and the pain and just the utter disparity, or not disparity, despair rather, that the Siren matriarch felt sitting for years upon years upon years in that tank with no way to get her children out that they put her in, that they damned her to. I'm going to channel every bit of empathy I have to try to understand from the pit of my stomach, with the gift that she's given me, and using the psionics from it. I'm going to just try to push that thought, that despair into his head for just a moment to make him feel for the action that he committed, or at least that Arta directly relates him to committing.
All right,
Because
roll
she
for
deserves
basic
it.
empathy. I know that's a whole problem for Artuk. I want you to make this is gonna be a two-parter. I want you to make an insight check first.
Sure.
Not bad.
Okay. I want you to make just a straight charisma check and then add your proficiency. No advantage, no disadvantage, since you got a 16. Let's
13.
see.
All right.
As you kind of just channel this focus into itself, it's not hard to sympathize with the Siren Matriarch, but it's very hard to fully grasp and empathize with it. Just trying to conceive of that level of pain and hatred is just a monumentally difficult task. And as you try to kind of direct it into this psionic, just this emotional feeling towards it, you get the sense that it falls on relatively deaf ears. The hologram continues to kind of destabilize, but it looks at over all of you. Watch for a dark sky. Know that your world is fleeting, and rest knowing that through your suffering, only the worthy will ascend. As it just kind of continues to glitch out and break until after another couple of seconds, it just fades away like ash in the wind.
Artuck punches a wall.
Artuck punches a wall.
Oh god,
Yeah.
not again. What's the brain doing right now?
Meekly pulsing. God, that is an unpleasant way to phrase that.
But like, there's no more holograms or anything.
No, you see that the kind of globe that was spinning above it is kind of beginning to fade. It almost looks like it's kind of like this was the last bit of juice in the caboose, and it's kind of beginning to kind of power down.
No,
What do you think the ETA is for them like coming here?
Is that really the first thought?
Yes.
Yeah, no,
When
that's
is
fair. We need
some
time to
group
plan.
coming to take over our world gonna come? Yeah, that's my first thought.
You just shut this stuff down now. Morag walks over to here. Just kicking aside the mind flare. What does the computer look like, David?
Similar to the ones above, specifically the kind of big one that the box that Helper was in was connected to. So that kind of same like ovoid monitor with kind of the tentacle like just kind of resting at the side that as you get over to it, it kind of like perks up and kind of adjusts towards you.
Okay. Are you guys able to pull me out if I link to this?
So probably.
Yep, I'll watch.
Oh yeah, Morag grabs the tentacle.
You do thusly?
I'm just trying to shut it down.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast guidance on him.
I'd like you to make an intelligence check.
You have guidance.
Why do you have disadvantage? Okay, we'll count the
I
20 because it
didn't-
was the
I
first
didn't-
one.
Yeah, I didn't turn it off in the last one. And
Alright, and you have
I don't have proficiency. I always just
Okay.
click intelligence.
And you have a D4 you can add as well.
I'll add a D4. There we go. 24.
Yo.
As you kind of your mind reconnects with it, you see like just different. They're basically like almost error logs that just kind of appear, and you kind of just shut them aside as just everything around. You see this almost you psionically see within the mainframe this kind of just faint purplish glow that you instinctively know that if you extinguish, it will turn this thing off.
I do so.
As you do, the kind of psionic energy kind of swirls around your hand and then just kind of disperses, like you just kind of threw a cloud of dirt into the air. And it's no issue for any of you guys behind him, as Morak, the tentacle, just goes limp around. You find yourself back in reality, and any weird little pulses, any kind of flickering lights of the globe, they all just begin to fade all at once. And even like the different tentacles that are kind of that were still like semi-animated during the fight just kind of begin to hang loosely.
I think Byron did have a reasonable question because clearly they have some sort of long term plan. And I think it seems like they don't want us to know it because they were being that illusion was being so vague about what was going on that if they're scared of us knowing what the plan is, then that means on some level they must be at least somewhat intimidated by us.
Out of character. I don't know why I acted that way to that question. I think it was just Byron saying ETA that it like just jostled me mentally.
Yeah, I was sitting next to Eric, and he got like his body posture became like really angry.
I was like, what? And then like immediately after, I was like, wait, why did I react that? But that's a very valid question. I don't understand. I think it was just ETA, which was just like so opposite to the fake language we were using of like the high, like mighty, like feeling special about ourselves. Like, so what's the ETA of Earth being taken over and destroyed? I think my body was just like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Hey guys, what's the ETA on that funeral for your grandma?
Yeah, it was just like, what are you talking about? I'm sorry, Morak should not have acted that way. I think he was in a little bit of a mode.
I think Morak being a like Orchuk punched a wall. You know?
Yeah. And then you said ETA by it, which you should have known better.
You should have known to gauge Morak's emotional state.
Like, he doesn't know what ETA means. You just said a gibberish thing to him.
Well, can we go back to what I said?
Yeah, what do you say?
Oh my god.
So what is the estimated time of arrival?
Why did you say that before?
Oh, you mean the ETA?
Yes.
That imperial language. I think they know real common.
Jesus.
Did the brainy thing tell you anything?
They don't. Everything that we've seen, time is kind of irrelevant for them. They have no rush to do things. But I can't imagine how fast these ships could go.
Well, yeah, but we've encountered them already. Like the one and then Ode kind of gestures towards the one on the ground.
I have no idea. Does anybody have an idea of when they might be hit?
I mean, we have another one of these like brainy things. This one seems to be off. Why don't we check that one to see if like they've got any information on how fast it goes, or like some sort of like map function or something? I don't know. Maybe it'll tell us how far it is from home. Maybe they have their home saved on their map.
Someone help me up the stairs.
That and I would like to get away from all these rotting corpses. They smell fucking atrocious. Also, I can smell the poop hole from here. Let's please go upstairs.
It's possible Bonya knows something too. Didn't she run away?
If you guys look over, you see Bonya's like kind of like towards the back, like just kind of trying to step around the corpses and acid piles and sleet storm and burn marks from the wall of fire, and just trying to kind of avoid everything as she's just kind of moving generally in your guys' direction.
David, I know that there were ladders on the map. Are those actually there? Like, do they lead anywhere?
Yeah, so if you guys look on the map right here, there is like a lower section where those like kind of two, I'll just call them generators, that are similar to the ones above. These ones were active throughout the fight and were actually giving off this kind of pale gold glow to them throughout the fight. You notice now as you've turned it off that they are like just beginning to dim.
For a wall the whole time. Like,
Yeah, I did too.
These things.
No, it's a very fancy slope.
This is a 10-foot drop down here with a barrier.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Now I understand.
This is a ladder to basically a little engine section 10 feet down.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, this
Wait,
is
did we never explore that?
You guys were in the
No.
middle of a fight. And then when you stopped being in a fight, you just did what happened right
and
now.
Also, I didn't understand what I thought these walls were like a wall, and that this was not visible or accessible to us. So
Yeah, same. Also, a further clarification there, is this like, can I pass under this bridge essentially, or is this like a wall in between?
Yeah, you can. It was just very difficult to
Yeah,
put
no,
that
that
onto a
makes
map.
total sense.
There
Now I
is
get it.
nothing down there, I'm guessing. It's
There is
generators.
not. There
Yeah,
is
I
just
figured.
cold steel
There's
and the
a
connection between the
sword
two areas.
underneath this bridge.
There's
right
a brick
here.
sword under the bridge? There's someone probably over there.
I think Ode will walk away without offering to help Morak.
Oh, sure. Who's gonna help Morak? I'm in pain.
I think Sunny
I
will
healed
help
you
Morak.
a lot.
Yeah, are we pulling you out, or
What?
the?
I just need help walking.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's what I.
Sunny will
I
help
feel like
Morak.
I
Move.
healed you. Like I focused on your legs to make sure you could walk. I mean, like I feel like I healed you almost like back to half of your health or something. Maybe a quarter. A
Right, just
third.
know, if anyone would pick up on this, Ode like walked away from Morak because he was super injured. Byron came over and healed him a lot, and then Morak like I guess said thank you in the chat, but then proceeded to like threaten the Illithid illusion, get several of them injured, and then go into the computer recklessly. And she's a little annoyed that he would like risk them and himself so much without recognizing that he had just been healed a lot. So I mean, I'm just adding context for why Ode walked away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hit points are weird for me in D&D. Oh no, he just went through a lot and you healed him, but I don't know, does that like make his legs better immediately? Oh no, I was just playing through him getting hurt a lot.
But you're allowed to do that. I was just adding to the.
Bonya begins to kind of walk forward, having navigated the maze of corpses you all left in your wake.
Yeah, sorry about that. You know, we tend to make a mess.
No, do not worry. Thank you. Thank you all. I don't know any of your names. Thank you for releasing me from this. I am more than willing to navigate a maze of strange corpses for people who I haven't met if they were willing to get me out of that. Thank you very much.
Of course. I am Byron Kenneth Smith. And you are?
Bonya Folo, could we please leave this exact room before we carry on with introductions? Please.
I agree.
Before we get out of here,
Absolutely.
everybody, we came here to wreck this shit. Can I do that now, please?
I encourage it.
Let's see, this is a lower floor.
Everything I would need from down here.
All right. Artok is going to just go ahead and, start between cantrips and his Kopesh, just start, angrily ripping into the side of this thing, venting a little.
I'll help you, and I'll start just throwing a bunch of firebolts at it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. This is a fleshy brain blob. I'm gonna be stabbing it and poison spraying it, and slamming it with things.
I'll give him a dagger or offer him a dagger if he wants one.
Dual wield it.
Sunny just kind of shrugs and just starts shooting Eldritch Blast, just kind of in any which direction. Just kind of follow it along.
Oh, go with Byron and Bonya, and then.
Oh yes, we're leaving. Thank God. Thank God.
Yes, of course.
I don't know if you guys want to keep describing the destruction of the big fight room.
Feel free to, because your boy's got to piss like a racehorse.
Good Lord, what is that smell?
Sunny goes over and he unplugs the monitor, and then he looks around, and then he kind of leaves. That was his big destruction thing.
You cut the Ethernet cable.
He knocks over the router and he's like, "Oh, your Wi-Fi is getting on the floor."
He puts a sticky note underneath the mouse so it blocks the sensor, and then he unplugs the computer without properly powering it down.
Hey, what level are you guys?
7.
7.
7? Okay. Bitch. Artuk, there's a lot of anger flowing through you. Whether just through all of through this entire thing, through kind of confronting this thing that seems hell-bent on fucking with your very precious order. Or not order, but balance, rather.
Yeah, I feel like Artuk's like the thing that he's really kind of mad about right now is that like this is for the first time in a very, very long time, he had the chance to, sort of do something good for balance again, like not like, kill plants and like cause strife and like make things bad happen, but like, get back at somebody for hurting nature and hurting things and, felt like, oh, cool. This is what what I used to like. This is where I used to find myself, and like had a chance at that, and he fucked it up.
And yet, you feel just as this rage just kind of takes a hold of your heart, a very brief exhale, and you see spores just kind of begin to carry in the air. What do you do immediately?
Um, Artuk, like, immediate, like, like when you get that feeling like something like drops in the pit of your stomach, you're immediately feeling guilty or anxious or things like that. He notices that he lost himself for just a second there, lost the constant, hold that he is forced to right now maintain on his emotions. And immediately all of his walls are back up and he just stops stabbing everything and like clams up as much as he can, hold it in, hold it in, hold it in.
Okay. As you watch, no further ones appear, and you saw it just in your hand with your Kopesh, these spores, without your even intending, began to kind of spread from your hand up the blade, but stop as you regain focus. You do see that small cough of spores travel over to one of the far tentacles, and you see it just kind of begin to wither around them a bit, but no more seem to be coming. Um, Zeka, how are you joining in on this destruction?
Uh, I think that Zeka will kind of just get kind of bloodlusty and just keep going and not probably doesn't notice uh when Artuk gets all clammed up and he's just throwing firebolt after firebolt and like he's kind of like starting to like giggle and cackle a little bit as he's doing it.
Who all is here for that?
I think Sunny is.
Bauer's going upstairs.
Morak's like slowly walking back.
Okay. Sonny, you see this kind of mad cackle from Zeka. Is there anything further you'd like to comment on with that, or do you kind of just kind of absent-mindedly, or that isn't quite the right word, but like almost lackadaisically begin blasting, continue your blasting?
Um. Hmm. No, I think Sunny is very okay with this. This is a situation where he is very comfortable. Sunny's gonna keep on blasting.
Okay.
I think Sunny will go over to Zeka and do some tag team blasting.
Oh yeah, like back to back, like
Like
practicing
back to
our
back spinning
moves, like
around.
yeah, like flipping over each other and like matrix dodging and shooting. Yeah,
all right, roll
it looks so
acrobatics.
it looks very
It
bad.
looks
Well,
real.
I guess we'll see.
Roll acrobatics. Kezia, what are you up to right now?
I'm just observing everything, like sitting back,
Yo,
making sure
Okay.
nobody does anything too silly.
so it looks surprisingly cool.
Looks pretty good given the circumstances post fight. Maybe still have a little bit of that rocket boot fuel in you from Sunny, so that's kind of helping out. Um, yeah, with that, unless there is anything else, you guys are able to return upstairs. There's a bit of a moment of getting back up as you guys have to climb out of the hole, but it's frankly not worth dwelling on for time as you all kind of begin to recoup upstairs.
Do we manage to successfully, cripple and destroy this brain?
I mean, do you start going for the brain?
That
If
was
so,
what
then you
that was what we were
give
doing.
given time. I wasn't sure because you guys were talking about just hitting walls and stuff. Like
Oh,
if you
sure.
as you are targeting the brain, as you go more and more into it, there's just this kind of fleshy impact as you just kind of begin to break it down more and more and more.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair
And
enough.
it seems after a couple minutes of you guys kind of releasing that pent up frustration, you feel very confident whatever biological component to this thing there was, it will not work anymore.
Cool. That was the point. That was the goal. Yeah, okay.
Wait, so are all of us back upstairs now?
Yeah, I kind of assumed that you guys were all going to recoup after this. For Ode, Morak, Bonya, and Byron, since you guys went upstairs first, is there anything you want to do before the rest of the crew roll back up?
Would be able to like help them get back up the hole the easiest. So maybe she'll kind of like go over to Byron and be like, "You seem to kind of she kind of gravitated towards you right at first. Maybe you can keep chatting with her."
Oh yeah, I will happily do that. Don't you worry about a thing.
Hey,
And then
Byron,
Byron will
can
just
you
keep
roll
on
an
chatting with her.
insight for me?
Sure. A 12.
You successfully read the room. You can take away what that means. You can take away what that means for your flirting.
He'll just lightly.
My intention with Ode was like she was like, "Oh, Byron's much better at getting information than me."
Oh no, this isn't about what you're doing at all, Mayor. You're doing perfect. It's about the yeah, I could talk to her.
Oh.
You have to remember that this is one of his flaws.
Ah, you keep forgetting it.
Agreed.
Every time. Well,
So he'll
go with God.
lightly chat. He's like, so, Vonya, here, let me pull you up here. There we go. So, what'd you end up doing around here? It seems like, you guys were doing a lot of good research, and then things sort of happened. So, like, what's up with that?
Oh, yeah, all the researcher? No, I wouldn't call any of it good at this point since it got me stuck down there. No, I was I'm team unpleasant research at this point. Sorry, do
Yes,
any
that's
of you
fair.
have a glass of water? I'm feeling very lightheaded right now.
Well, here you go.
This is ale.
Oh, no, I don't carry ale. That's either gin or water. They're both clear.
Morak will pull out his water skin, give it to her.
Here, there's a bed in this room over here if you want to sit down.
Oh, God, was that Specialist Nebraska's bed? Oh, no. No, thank
Yeah,
you.
no.
No, I would prefer to not sit
You can go out
there.
this main room, maybe. Like over
Yeah,
here.
let's go out there.
Okay, yeah, no, I think I would choose the pod over touching that health risk.
Extremely fair. But yes, what did you end up doing with this, and what were you like, before this whole incident? Let's say.
She kind of just oh, she doesn't have a token on this map. That's why I can't find her. 1 second. Oh, why is this fighting me right now? There we go. I don't have what the fuck. There we go. Sorry, that was whole thing's
No,
being
it's
weird.
all right, Bonya.
She's
I'm more than
really
happy to
just
help you out.
she's going to town on that water jug right now. She is thirsty.
Who's this woman?
Hey, slow down.
Brenna, this is the woman that she's the head scientist of this facility, or one of the head scientists of this facility. She was in a pod downstairs that we got her out of it.
Oh.
When she went to sleep, the Empire still existed.
Oh.
Yes, that's not going to be brought up for a little bit.
Hey, so how are you feeling right now?
Yeah. So, what was this like before, the incident?
Well, I'm feeling pretty good right now, but I don't know whether that's shock, adrenaline, or just simple happiness of being out of there. Once again, thank all of you very, very much.
Well, grab like one of the fabrics that she keeps and kind of like drape it over Bonya like a blanket. Like it's not an official blanket, but like a like a shop.
One of those emergency. It's just aluminum foil.
You hand her a cup of black coffee. It is simmering. It is not very warm.
Simmering is very warm.
Simmering?
Yeah, simmering's like just below boiling.
Oh, I'm wondering.
You're thinking of
You know what?
lukewarm.
Well, yes, I was, but I thought there was a different word for it. It doesn't matter. It's a joke anyway.
Tepid? Tepid's a good
It
word
is
for that.
boiling hot, and she scalds herself with it when she tries to drink it quickly.
Ooh, I love McDonald's coffee. Oh God!
Oh
Hey, $3
no!
million.
The past 30 years, they've only made it progressively hotter.
So hot now. Comes in a crucible, not even a cup.
Wait, do you remember every moment you were in that pod, or was it like you fell asleep and nope, you're here?
Everyone who's with Bonya, roll insight.
Zeka got That's fine.
Wait, am I not there?
I mean,
Oh wait, yeah, you guys all
yeah,
reconnect.
you are.
Now you are.
Oh hey, look, you got up. Why was no one helping me up the hole?
27, baby, let's go.
Ode and Morak. Morak, maybe it's because you're trying not to be spotted by an Imperial researcher, and whether that might tank the whole thing, you're being cautious. Ode, maybe you just have a shred of decency and are like, okay, let's comfort this woman for a second before, but you're just kind of focused on like getting the blanket over her and making sure she's feeling good. Zeka and Byron, for that matter, as you guys kind of speak, and Zeka, as you bring up the time in the pod and whether she remembered it and whether very specifically she remembers everything or not, you see her you see just immediately like in her shoulders like involuntarily like rise up and tense a lot.
Ooh.
Everyone's kind of gently put his hand on her shoulder and be like, "You can take your time."
I have. Yes, I do remember some, at least, of it. Yes. I'm very sorry. I'm not trying to come off as ungrateful or unwilling to answer any of this. It's just hmm.
We can take some time if you want to like.
Yes, that would be appreciated.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, no problem. I think for the benefit of making sure this doesn't happen to someone else again, it would be very good for us to hear it. But absolutely, take the time you need. If you need, I can calm you down a little bit more with some. But if it does take a lot out of me, but if it's something that you need, I can do that for you.
Perhaps in a minute. Did one of you have a question as to what we were doing here? I saw the Warforged. I assume you are with the Empire and responding to a distress signal, yes?
You could say that, but let's just keep moving on because there's a little bit of development there, but let's take things slow.
I'm sorry, what was that? You said there was something of a development there.
Yes, like I said, we're gonna take things slow. Let's just stick with what's happening now. I
Roll
don't want to
persuasion.
overwhelm you. Well, that's a minimum of 20. That's a 20.
You're right. My apologies. It's been quite some time, so I'm in a bit of a rush, even if I'm perhaps not ready for everything yet. Yes. So my time. Actually, roll. You have a minimum 20 for deception, right?
Yep.
Motherfucker. Well, roll deception real quick as well.
It could be above 20. You never know.
Exactly.
Yeah,
have we reconvened at this point?
Yes, you all have. Mary, did you have a question? You were kind of quiet, so I couldn't quite hear you.
Alright, Ode will nudge Byron and wait towards the room with all the pods in it. Kind of like, you could ask her about those.
He'll nod and give her like a little subtle thumbs up.
Okay.
Hey.
Then yeah, just as that happens, just as depicted just a second ago, she's just like, "Yes, I'm sorry, I'm a bit too eager, maybe."
Take your time. Take your time. In fact, like, how about we can all talk about it like around the campfire tonight? You know, with some food in our bellies, and I think that would be good for all of us. Yeah.
That sounds delightful. Is there? But I would adore that. But I'd much rather not let this happen to anything. Is there anything very pressing that I could that perhaps is on something of a timetable that I can help with now? I
Well, we're
really.
looking at possibly, destroying this place, a good first step in preventing this from ever happening to anyone ever again. But there are some lingering questions that would probably be best answered now. Is that all right with you?
Has Sunny rejoined the group at this point?
You
Yes.
said everyone.
I think so, yeah.
Let's roll for that real quick. You sense a little bit of hesitancy, but pretty much as soon as Sunny appears, it's kind of just like almost a silent sigh of relief. Yes. Well, if I'm able, I'll answer what questions I can.
And he'll kind of lead her back towards the pods and be like, I'm sorry to kind of immediately thrust you right in, but do you know much about these? From what we've gathered, a couple of them are alive, but a lot more of these look destroyed.
Are you gesturing? Wait, which pods are you gesturing to?
These ones in this room.
Okay.
He's kind of gesturing widely initially.
Perhaps not as much as we would have liked. These specimens were here when we discovered these ruins several months ago at this point, and as of yet we haven't quite been able to discover any information regarding it. Well, at least none direct.
How long
From
ago did you discover these ruins?
Sonny?
I believe. What? Well, what day is it?
It's Wednesday.
Say the date, and then he'll pull something aside and be like, let's not immediately thrust her into the present.
Wait. Okay, so we're gonna just for timetable's sake, we're gonna use the normal calendar. What month and what day do you say?
The month and day. The actual month and day. I don't know
Okay,
what fucking
congrats,
day it is.
March
everyone.
20th.
We're officially in. Nope, we're in November because I have an actual calendar that's close enough that this makes sense.
Thanksgiving.
Okay.
It is November 21st, and that is. I have to write that down now. Okay.
Well, we can tell her that much. We just don't
It's
mention the year.
November 21st. Yeah, it's November 21st, and he'll pull aside Sonny and tell him, like, we're not going to thrust her into the future immediately.
Oh, why
Then
should she get these?
I suppose.
Okay.
I suppose 7 months. 7 months ago. 7 going on 8 months ago.
All right. By chance, were you guys able to do any dating of like when this might have crashed?
None direct, but we have certain estimates, yes. This ship crashed is correct, but something of a misnomer. How much have you all been briefed on how this particular craft works?
Fortunately, very little. We're more just a rescue party, of course.
Then without diving too far into the technical, this is a ship to begin with. It's perhaps difficult to tell now since it's buried underground, but to our knowledge, the precursors used these to transport subjects, prisoners, cargo, all manner of things. And a large part of that transportation over such large distances was via interplanar teleportation.
What?
So, all right.
She kind of just is like kind of furrows her brow. I'm sorry, it's very difficult to kind of break that. She kind of looks at Zeka for a second. I'm sorry. Wait. How old is he?
Magical mishap.
That is very concerning. Was it when? Okay.
Things
I know some
are
people who may be able to help with that.
Oh,
You-
really? That would be super cool. Yeah.
Potentially. When I'll see if I can, as a thanks, it's the least I can do.
Well,
It's
so hang on.
essentially
Sorry, go ahead.
essentially they create a rift in at one point and fly through it, and fly out the another hole someplace they designate. This
Byron will
like
nod
a
and kind of
tunnel?
look at Sunny and be like, "Oh, kind of like what you do."
Yeah. Well, not
on
really.
a far
But in layman's terms,
on a
I'm sure it would appear that way to you.
on a
Jesus.
massive scale, however, between the different planes of existence.
But what you
It's-
keep saying that? What do you mean?
There are different planes of existences, shadows, echoes, call them what you will, that mirror our own world, or perhaps we are mirrors of them. The point being that the hells, the abyss, the Feywild, the land of death, Elysium, where worthy souls may rest, the planes of fire, water, earth, air, all of these surround us and inform how our reality works, and are distinct and inhabited just as our world is. And the precursors, they were able to travel between our plane, the prime material, and these other planes, using these ships.
Okay,
All
oh,
right.
what
And
the fuck?
and without going too far into it, the way that this particular craft crashed, as it were, wasn't that it simply fell out of the sky, it teleported into the ground.
Huh?
Oh, so that's why you weren't really able to get a good timing on it, because you wouldn't be able to think about, how many layers of sand formed on it.
That is a remarkably high level concept. Oh, no, it really isn't. I'm just surprised
What?
that a random adventurer rescue party would immediately go to. So I'm far too invested in that. Never mind. Moving on.
Wait, hang on. So
I read a
where
lot
did
of
it
books.
come? Where did it teleport from?
That we aren't sure.
And where was
It
it
was
going?
here, Oberon. It was coming here as best we can tell, while accessing some of the logs of the ship. It was en route here, but some sort of attack, mutiny, something to that effect in any case, damaged the controls and forced it to teleport below the Earth, that is.
Oh,
And until the mine in this town happened to uncover it while searching for further malachite veins. We
that's
had no
why.
idea it was here.
That's why the illicit dude was happy that the dude was dead. That makes perfect sense. He was like, "Thank you for getting rid of this weakness from our unity or whatever."
Perhaps. I'm not sure about that, but please, actually, no, I do have a follow-up question to this. You said you were able to access their logs and the like.
In
Perchance,
some limited.
do you know how long it took them to teleport from wherever they are from to here?
Do you mean how long? Like, she walks from she basically just like sidesteps. Do you mean in the sense of it took me maybe 3 seconds to walk from there to there, or how long it took I think I might be overthinking your question.
Essentially, let's say that I lived in a town and I wanted to determine how my estimated time of arrival from me traveling to this town to this city.
Near instantly. Okay, I understand now.
What?
Byron will pale.
Well, near instantly. There's a magnitude of seconds and traveling through. Uh, uh, I must stress before we go any further with this, we do not understand how this works. We have not yet been able to determine it. We've barely begun to scratch the surface of this before everything went wrong, which is why you are all here anyway. We know the results, we don't know the cause.
Okay, that makes sense. All right. As far as I'm concerned, I think that's all the questions I have, and I'm sure everyone else is like, does anyone else have any questions before we let her rest?
I mean, we were trying to think through before all this. There's a couple of those creatures still alive in those tubes there. We intend to destroy this place before we leave. Should we destroy them with it or free them from it? We hadn't decided that yet.
Yeah. Actually, Sonny, I want to check and see if they are in fact still alive.
Oh, you're speaking full robot right now.
I actually caught what he said.
Yeah, same.
Sonny, to answer your question, as of yet,
You're all robots.
as of so far, what was that? Okay.
My connection's spotty.
You're good.
Kip and Krith still, by all measure, look the exact same as when you left it. The brain over there where Helper was retrieved from is also relatively dormant, but it still has this very slight pulsing to it. Again, just as you left it.
Well, if Sunny's looking at the pods, Ode might go up to Sunny and ask, Sunny, do you still have access to Helper?
Do I still have access to Helper?
Hello. What further assistance would you require? She appears right beside you like Cortana.
I was just wondering if we would still have, and then Ode kind of looks at Helper like, should I be directing this question to her? If you would still be able to have access to Helper if we were to, and then Ode kind of like does the hand across the neck like death sign and then points to her head and then points to the brain room.
Sorry.
You could certainly terminate this facility. However, that would limit my ability to research or to transmit information from it any further. Transmit is not the right word there. To catalog any further information from it.
How much more cataloging is there left to do?
That is dependent on Miss Researcher Bonya's further investigations into this area, as she is the current facility head.
Me like it read my hand symbols. Not cool.
But Bonya's still like waiting on whatever Byron's further question was. Or did I misunderstand?
Byron asked if anyone else had any further questions.
And ours, I guess, pod people.
Yeah, I wondered what your input on, the folks left in the pods there and everything, or the creatures in the pods rather. Should we, in your opinion, should we take them out with the facility, or should we free them from the facility before we take it out? Are they victims of the facility, or are they, artifacts of it?
Roll insight.
Sure thing. 19.
You sense a bit of hesitancy, and she's kind of like moving her thumb over her fingers, kind of like a little tick of like kind of biting her tongue.
Do I feel like the hesitancy is because I'm the one asking? Or because of something about
Not immediately. It might just you don't get that vibe immediately. You just detect a bit of hesitancy before she answers, and it's kind of like mulling it over. So you have like a moment to input if you want to act on any of that information.
I'm just gonna watch and wait.
Roll a charisma check for me.
Sure, I can do that. Natural 20, which is good to have a
Not
plus
an
0.
charisma.
There we go.
Are
That
you
charmer
asking me
person.
personally or as someone who may have vested interest in this?
I am asking you personally. I don't, I'm not like you or a lot of the folks here. I don't do a whole lot of real huge thinking about what's going on. I tend to, listen first, feel second, think third. And I want to know, you've listened more than I have. What's your feel? And then what's your think?
Kind of looks over. Specifically kind of looks at the pod with Kip in it. We don't know very much, if anything, about these creatures on a personal level, whether they would attack us on instinct or whether they would simply, I don't know, walk away, but ally themselves with us. I do know that I was trapped below for a very long time, and I do know that those creatures are not here willingly from what little information we were able to gather. I may
Or
be a bit biased, but I didn't enjoy my time in in the pods, and they have been in there far longer than I have been.
so if it were up to you, you were given the switch, this place is blowing up, and they either get to go or stay, you'd let them go. Just on your base feeling.
I honestly don't know. If I left them, I would feel bad afterwards, but I don't know if I would take them. They could be dangerous. I don't know enough.
Thanks for your help.
You know what? Same boat as Bonya.
Yep. You and us both, Bonya. Except we don't have the luxury of that being a hypothetical for us.
I will say, Artak,
Yep.
you do have to remember what I mentioned about Kip and what I know about them. And you have to think about how that could possibly impact the balance that we're all looking for.
Sure. It's a weird situation there because they weren't a part of the balance here to begin with, and so letting them free into this world would disrupt the balance here. But to take them from the world they were already in disrupted the balance to begin with. So leaving them trapped up till they die is also disrupting the balance.
Kind of like, do you decide what the balance is and where it began?
Yeah.
This reminds me of one of my favorite plays from back in Sylvanas called Catch 21.
Damned if you are, damned if you don't.
Carrying on Owen's IP.
She pulls out. She raises up her sleeves. She's ready to punch stuff, and she knows kung fu.
There's an old I'm saying of the village I grew up in of my enemy is my friend. I do not like the idea of leaving these creatures to die in these pods. We talked to them briefly, Bonya. At this point, Morak is put back on the Mind Flare helmet to hide his work features.
Okay.
Uh,
Good call.
as well as he can, being a workman.
Don't forget, he did also shout in the name of the Tuskbanes.
Yeah, I'm
Earlier.
assuming that she wasn't paying attention to that.
That you're aware of, that you've seen thus far.
Yeah, I feel like she wouldn't be that privy on us if I said that. She heard that fully. There was a lot of fire and stuff over in the other side of the room, but I feel that they deserve to live just as any of us do. And
I
if
want
they
to say, just to play devil's advocate, if I was in their position and I was ripped away from my home and everything that I ever knew and everyone that I ever loved, and then suddenly thrown someplace that I could never fully understand, only to eventually die, I'd possibly consider, a merciful way out.
Even that its only goal would be to reconnect with its other people, and it doesn't have a singular identity outside of its collective. If we release it into a world where it only has its own identity and cannot be reunited with its people, it might be a special case.
I think those are their decisions to make.
Well, we asked him, didn't we? We asked Chris what to want to do if it were released, and it said, I only would want to find my people.
Maybe he could.
Yeah, with the intergalactic space travel.
I don't know. I just found out our planet is a sphere and not flat like everyone's always thought. Okay.
Yeah, that was something of a shock, to be fair. We kind of assumed it functioned more of a Mobius strip, but we were never 100% sure.
It was a cube.
What? That's ridiculous.
Oh, I know.
I never thought about it personally.
Either
I'm
way,
like-
we're getting off topic here.
Are we?
It's
I
yeah.
feel like my entire worldview just got fucking rocked, dude.
I mean,
Not
we've
all
had
of
that
them.
happen to us a lot. I feel like at this point we're used to it.
I mean,
Are you?
let's-
Are you?
hypothetically.
You just told us there's a water plane of existence with people in it. What does that mean? There's a fire plane of existence with people on it. What were the other places?
Wait, so
I
sorry,
believe air and
just when Bonya was talking, did she give any indication that this as a vessel could continue to travel, or it's permanently stuck?
She has given no indication as of yet.
Okay.
What?
Bonya, is there any way that this vessel could help those people get back to their own planets?
True. I don't want to offer them false hope, to be frank. We have no idea how this thing worked, and we worked on this for months and still didn't have a snowball's chance in hell of cracking it at the time that everything kicked off. Maybe, but it will require a lot more resources than just a large ant and an angry green man.
I mean,
He is very
but shouldn't
angry.
we at least give them the opportunity to try? I feel like it's kind of fucked up to just
I
yeah.
simply just don't want them to hurt me. If I knew they weren't going to hurt me, I would be content to let them out personally. But
Yeah.
that's not the question, frankly.
I'm inclined to agree there. I believe that after some deliberating on it, I agree with Morat. They deserve to be able to make their own choices, and they're not here by choice. That said, I don't know that I'd feel comfortable leaving them down here with all of this stuff in the hopes that they'd be able to find their way home using it. We've noted that this stuff is dangerous, and we don't really inherently trust them at all or have any good reason to beyond faith in, I would say, person kind. Assuming they are person kind, ants are questionable in that regard. But my stance on it at least would be, I agree with Morat. Let's let them go figure out their lives and decide what to do with them. But I want to make sure this place never, ever, ever has a chance to do anything again. I want to leave this place in smoke and ruin.
Maybe could we let them out and then Byron could work his magic with the deception and whatnot and be like, yo, this place is not super helpful it's totally destroyed. Can't use it at all. Y'all gotta just move on to something else.
I think we don't give them the option. We destroy and then we let them out. Break the other brain's gone. There's only one brain left running the place. Let's go take the brain out and then pop them out of the tubes and say, look, this place is dead, but y'all have your own lives. Let's go live them.
Quick thought on
Doesn't that brain help control whether or not they're,
right.
connected or whatever?
Yeah, I figure that at least in my head, and I don't know how any of this shit works. Maybe you know better than we do, Bonya. But if we destroyed the thing that's supporting those tubes, would they just be let out of the tubes, or would they die?
I think if you were to destroy it, it would they would die eventually for certain, but I'm not sure how long. I don't know whether there's a built-in kill switch, as it were. I wouldn't be hugely surprised given the nature of the creatures within this place, but
Right. Then
if I could also
Hmm.
suggest, why not just open it and then kill the brain?
yeah, that was going to be my suggested course of action for us here. At least, from my perspective, is let's let them out of there and have some of us in the room with them to talk to them while they're there. And while some of us talk with them, the rest of us can finish destroying the brain. Now that
Well,
they're out.
if I may, I just remembered something. Back in Harry and Magi, they had one of the, I guess they're illithids, but they had one of them in that, like, tube with Kezia's dad, right? And it was still alive. It was still able to fuck with people. So we should be able to, like, take the tube out, carry it out, lay it down on the ground for a little bit while we destroy it. Or destroy the brain, to be clear here.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's as long as we're getting them safe before the brain's dead, it's good. I think letting them out works just
How
as well
did
there.
you take them out of here?
I-
Bonya kind of
I
begins to look
didn't.
around and starts counting the actual pods in the front room. How did that happen?
I don't know. Probably a lot of manpower.
No, you misunderstand my question. I thought you all just got here.
Bonya, when
Yeah.
did you go into the pod?
Let's not. I will answer that question, but let's first sit down and have a meal.
April.
No,
April?
April.
Oh shit, we banned April 30 years ago. No.
no.
Okay, no, let's all go sit down and have a meal. Let's sit down and not make any undue and harsh things without
She's
someone being able to
leveling
help.
her eyes at Byron right now. How long have I... Who got here before?
Byron, you should just tell her.
No, perhaps Sunny is the right person to say this. I feel like
Honey might be in a tunnel right now.
In a literal tunnel.
A literal tunnel.
fair
right?
enough. Darn.
Like I,
You pan over the
there's
side of the room and Sunny is in a tunnel. Sitting there.
like I said, things have changed. Let's go up, let's sit down, and Sonny, once he's on with his update, will be able to explain it to you better than any of us could.
What is Have you told Bonya your name, Byron?
Yes. I told her whole name.
Did you tell her
Byron Kenneth Smith.
Byron? What happened? I need you to make a wisdom save. Tell me what happened.
If she's using magic, would it still work? But she doesn't know the weave broke.
Oh,
Son of a
shit.
bitch, you're right. Hold on. Thank
Oh,
you.
shit.
I had
That's so
something for that.
cool.
I totally forgot.
Yo, that's awesome.
I was like, wait, this is like one of the few times that this might actually be happening.
No, Eric, thank you so much. I had that written down. I just forgot about it. Thank you.
That's
You
cool
see
as
her
fuck.
hands like make a big swirl, and she like does a pushing motion
And then
towards
she
Byron.
realizes she's just a little kid pretending to water
and then
bend.
nothing.
All right, let's see if this works.
81.
Oh shit, that's a good one. She's gonna blow up.
It's close to 100 and further away from 1.
You can't prove that.
As Byron, you hear her say, Byron, just tell me the truth. You see for just a moment, and like there is still that echo of magic that once would have worked. As you kind of just feel this almost second voice, kind of like the voice from a Dune of just like it kind of enters your mind itself, but it's discordant, it's scratchy, and you see like her nose immediately just begin to bleed, and her just cough out this just clot of blood and kind of like stumble
Oh
backwards.
shit.
Hey, whoa, 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 whoa,
Second.
whoa.
I kind of approach and put a cure wounds into her and say, a lot has changed. Just understand that we're trying to help you here. Let's go sit down, relax, and we'll explain everything.
She kind of stabilizes herself. Just kind of looks at her hands. Zeka, you speak Elven, right?
I do.
You actually hear her begin to say the word what is it? Retrieve in Elven, and kind of gesture out her hand, and just black smoke just immediately like phases right in front of her.
Oh. What are you trying to retrieve?
That was not working. That didn't work. See, she
No.
kind of begins to close off, and her mind. You guys don't need to roll insight. Her mind's racing pretty fast right now.
Arnold's kind of
Hey,
gently walk her out and say, let's sit down. And he'll kind of look to Zeka and like point to him.
hey, do you want some? Do you want me to calm you down a bit? I've got some chamomile that.
She just stonewalls you and just kind of lets Byron. She ain't talk. She isn't saying anything.
Oh
Yeah,
jeez.
he's just gonna lead her outside.
All right, I'm gonna need to whip up a pretty good batch, I think, today.
Big nod.
All right. As you guys lead her out, are you guys doing anything further, or are you all just kind of heading out towards camp or towards whatever camp you can make?
Yeah, I'm gonna start like as much as I can, like prepping food for the night, and I'm gonna try and make it like a little bit extra special, because it seems like she's having a tough time, and I feel like a good meal can help a lot of people in tough times.
Do we have to do what we're doing down here now? Should we do this now before we leave?
What do you? Oh, like destroy the place?
Yeah, like, are we on? Is there a reason to do this with expediency, or do we have all the time in the world?
I mean, that dude seemed.
Currently, the levels appear stable for, according to my diagnostic. Helper appears and answers that.
Okay.
Currently,
well,
they seem to be stable, with no noticeable reads save for a mild surge several moments ago while your group was below.
wonderful.
Let's take some time. I think.
Yeah, let's the less stable thing is, a calm explanation. She's our friend, not our enemy. Let's be real with her here.
As you guys walk out, as you guys backtrack through the mine, she's quiet. She's very quiet. And as you guys walk and ascend up the steps, as you leave the mine and you enter the ruins of Batro, that same tension kind of rises in her shoulders as she just looks on upon the 30 years of decay and ruin, the different assorted, weave-scarred corpses, which she kind of pauses for just a second as she passes by. And as you guys move towards camp, you all see her attention just fixate towards the sky, and it's just kind of ruined form. In the distance, just these strange like storm that begins to that is far off in the distance that you passed through several days ago. The small bits of earth that are just suspended in midair, and just this almost cracked world appearance just laid out before her. And she just continues to remain silent as you guys kind of guide her back to your improvised camp. You see Tobin, you see what's his name, Liam?
Oh yeah,
You see
fucking
Tobin
Liam.
and Liam just kind of hanging out for a bit over with God, what was her name again?
Lydia.
Lydia, thank you. I was confusing her with Annette for a second, and Matcha. As your just gaggle of NPCs are assembled over by their tents. Oh, that music change wasn't good. Hold on, monster attacks. But yeah, you guys all return to your small camp.
We'll approach Lydia and be like, "Do you mind if she borrows your legitimate cot for a little bit? She needs some time to recoup."
Sure. I don't see
Barrow's kind
a
of
problem with that.
will lead her to the cot, and then whenever he comes back, he'll explain to Lydia what happened.
Okay. Hey, we don't need to go over all that completely, just it's assumed. Is there... Oh god, big woman's back. She's just kind of sitting at the cot, just in her thoughts and just looking towards the sky. Doesn't seem to be listening to you all right now.
Zekko's gonna wander over to. How do you say her name again?
Bonya.
Walk over to Bonya and say, "Hey,
Like Tanya with a B.
is there any kind of is there anything that reminds you of home that you would like to see?"
I know this is a bit of a ridiculous ask. Would you happen to have any focaccia bread?
Zekka fucking lights up. Oh, yeah, sure. What kind would you like? I have, I have like one or two different flavors. Whatever.
Just whatever you have. I'm not picky. My mother made that for me when I was growing up.
He'll pull out some just simple olive oil and rosemary focaccia. This is probably the one that I like best. So, here.
Thank you. She kills Zekka using the bread.
Whoa!
An arcane focus. Arcane focaccia.
Yo.
All right, well, we know what that's gonna be from now on.
And Zekka will start preparing some more fresh, almost like a charcuterie board with focaccia as the main focus.
Okay.
Did you get salami?
I'm not sure exactly what this is. It's one of the creatures we killed on the way here. Tastes
Here's
good.
your order, Zekka. Old Tobin walks over with a thing of salami. Here you go.
Oh, thank you.
I don't want to know. Actually, I love salami too much to know what's in it. I'm just gonna go.
You guys move in for a long rest?
Yeah.
Sure. Seems like the play.
Ring a ding ding, y'all are level 8.
I didn't know that was going to happen. Shit.
Hey, David, are we taking max HP or average?
Average.
Are you
We
sure?
always do average.
Always average.
Well, I mean, but we could do max.
We could.
The first 3 levels we did max.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Hey, can you count up to 3 real quick?
No,
Is a druid a D8?
I can't do it
Yeah.
quick.
Just count up to 3 and let me know if 8's in there anywhere. To just reset the scene, you guys are all gathered as kind of night begins to fall around your camp. Bonya is munching on a little bit of focaccia, or is just kind of alone with her thoughts as Zekka prepares a charcuterie board of focaccia.
And other things.
And she's just in contemplative thought as you all kind of, move her over there, as you all are all gathered and kind of just planning out how to break the news.
So are we talking? Let's perhaps discuss this. Sonny will kind of like huddle around with everyone and like kind of awkwardly glance over his shoulder back at Bonya, like. So
I, for one, believe
Sorry.
we should kill her. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong directive. Bye,
Oh,
house helper.
that was the malware. Sorry.
That
Now
was
that
the
I'm finished
Mal.
updating my firmware,
Wait, so Sonny, you want us to brainstorm the best way to talk to Bonya?
well, I wasn't paying attention to all of our other conversations with her up to this point, so I thought maybe it would be best if Well, we discussed it a little bit because I'm not sure how she'll react. I say we do it quick. Just tell her, hey, this is how it is now. But I don't know, that might kill her.
Okay, really quick, I was gonna have Ode suggest that as also a really low charisma character. Ode would be like, yeah, just tell her real quick, it doesn't matter. And then Sunny is
Kezia was
also
too.
Hey, I was also going to suggest that.
I was also going to suggest that.
Ode says,
Is literally everyone but Byron in that boat, and because I can tell Byron's gonna hesitate to do that.
yeah, Ode will immediately say, yeah, I mean, honestly, just rip off the Band-Aid. The fantasy
What's a Band-Aid?
Guys, if I may, I think
we
the
know what
Band-Aid's
Band-Aids are.
ripped off, and he'll not point at her, but gesture to her, having a fucking 1,000-yard stare.
Yeah, I figure that, at least in my opinion, the best thing we can do here is just tell her how it is, all the facts, lay them out plain and simple for her. She's, scientifically thinking anyway, and then she's going to have questions. We should all listen and answer and, try to be understanding and empathetic.
Yes. Thank you so much, Artak. Yes, listen to him.
Okay, but more importantly, can we ask her about Nebraska first? Because she didn't want to sit on his cot earlier.
I think that should come later. I think we know what that was.
Yeah, but I really need to know, was he a freak before this all happened?
I think that told us yes.
Yeah, that can come later. He came earlier.
Good one, Artak. That's a good one.
All right.
I don't think we should.
Yeah, that was at 4 minutes 25 seconds. Gonna save that time.
well, I was about to suggest that perhaps Artuk and Byron might be the more sensitive ones to approach Bonya, but after that comment, Artuk, who knows?
Look here, without humor, what's anything? I think that Sunny should be part of it too, at least to rip the Band-Aid off, because he's going to be able to answer questions the rest of us can't about the Empire.
Yeah, I think you guys are as ready as you'll ever be.
Great. Sonny will put his hand in. He'll put his hand in the middle. All right, you ready?
Sure.
All right. Go tell Bonya on 3. 1, 2, 3. Go tell Bonya.
Bonya.
All right.
He'll turn around.
What was the name?
And I'll walk over to Bonya.
Yep.
She's just munching. She's just, like Byron said, 1,000-yard stare, looking into the colorful storm in the distance.
I think Sonny will kind of like sit down, kind of facing her. I don't know, just on the ground or whatever, or if there's like a stump or something you can pull up, or a chair. Is there a chair? I don't know. He just sits down, mimicking however she is.
He sits down like Riker. Got it. Spins the chair around, does way too wide a thing with his leg.
He's looking like a youth pastor. Sits down in the backwards chair. So, Bonya. So, hi, Bonya. How are you doing?
Less than stellar.
I
Things
understand.
seem different. Bless you.
Thank you.
Well, things are different, Bonya. It's been about 30 years since you went on this expedition. And that's a lot of time. I know, because about that same time, I was shut down, and I woke up about a few months ago. And let me tell you, the world is very different than the world we left. There's been some changes, not the least of which is this malevolent alien species seems to be trying to destroy us, or take us over, or enslave us. I suppose you probably know more about that than I do. But that's not the worst part. The Empire's gone. And he'll kind of gauge her reaction on that.
Roll insight.
Can someone roll insight for me?
Yeah, I can roll it for you, and I'm also definitely watching too. Like, I'm.
You can roll insight as well.
As am I. I think we're all watching.
Yeah,
Then Sunny and one other person can roll insight because I'm not
I
doing
got
it 8 different
I feel like
people.
Artuk makes sense.
Cool. Artuk, rolled bad as a 10. But Sunny, let's see, switch character sheets, was able to roll a 10.
Wow.
Both of us very average.
Even with that, though, it's harder to read kind of the more subtle emotions. You can see her hand. She's kind of like white knuckling her hands right now.
Wow. Does she seem mad at us?
I don't think
I
she's
don't know if she's
mad.
mad.
Yeah, white knuckle could be a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
She
Hmm.
punches the shit out of Sunny. Kills him instantly.
Turns out she was pretty mad at us. So yeah, Sunny will continue. I know that's a lot. And it took me a while to come to terms with that. Because how could the Empire cease to exist? And it's not erased. There's echoes of it. The things that we accomplished still remain. And the Empire we know is gone. I don't know what happened to the Emperor. I don't know what happened to a lot of the military and the organizational forces. But it's gone. There are still loyalists out there and everything you would expect from the dissolvement of such a powerful force. But I know what you're thinking, and you're probably wondering, did we lose? And it's not that simple. And I think Sunny will kind of like glance over towards Morak briefly, and then look back. Did they tell you about the weave?
Just shakes her head no. As she does that, I've picked up that there's something off about it.
So Sunny would
You missed it,
reasonably
but she
know.
tried to compel Byron to tell her the truth, and her spell didn't work, and she got a pretty bad bloody nose from it.
Okay. The weave's kicking her ass.
Yeah, she obviously lost her magic.
Okay. But so she would know about the weave and kind of what that is and what that means.
She knows what the weave is. She knows something's fucked with it, but she doesn't know the full extent.
Do I have can you check my spell sheet? Do I have minor illusion or something like that? Or silent image?
Yeah, you have minor illusion.
Okay. So I'm gonna just kind of minor illusion and just kind of, I don't know, hold out the palm of my hand and kind of in between us, in front of us, just show kind of like the last whatever 30 seconds or whatever of what Sunny remembers of the battle before everything went wrong.
Okay.
And I don't entirely remember what that looks like from the session
you
0.
you were in the midst of fighting with an Orcish general who you ironically had knocked off a horse, and the Orcish general was about to kind of bring down like I think it was a glaive into your chest, and then there was just this white shockwave, and then you woke up.
Yeah, supercut all of session 0 for Sunny into here. And we're back. But yeah, so you see like the white flash and like it kind of pauses there. And Sunny continues. I don't know what happened. Nobody knows what happened. But The weave broke. And he gestures out towards the Badlands around us. And it messed up a lot of stuff everywhere. And it's pretty bad in places. People lost a lot of trust in magic. Magic lost a lot of things, including me for a long time. But that was not good for the Empire. That was not good for anyone. And after that, well, somewhere in there, things evolved pretty quickly. The Empire didn't lose, but only in the sense that the enemy didn't win. There were no real winners. Just what was left. And that's not what we knew. He kind of pauses for a moment, looks down. So it's not that everything of the Empire is gone or erased, but people don't remember it like we do. There are still people alive who are part of it, who fought with us. I've met some. But they've been living in a different world. They've been living in a broken world. And they have a different perspective now. The war isn't fresh for them. The war is ancient history. We are ancient history. And that's a lot to come to terms with. And I'm not telling you this because you need to process it all now. That'll take time, I know. But I'm telling you this so that you can start. Because I know what it's like to have these questions. I spent a while trying to find out what happened to the Empire. I spent a while not believing it was gone. But that won't lead you anywhere helpful. That'll just make the healing take longer. Do you have any questions? I might be able to answer some.
He looks back at you. Your name is Sunny, correct?
That's correct. Well, that's what they call me.
Thank you, Sunny. If I think for right now, before anything else matters, I have something of a debt to all of you for releasing me. And I think once that's done, I think then I'll be able to sort out what's left. But if you would give me a few moments, please.
I think Sunny kind of leans forward and he put his hand on her shoulder, and he'll say, "I'm glad we could help you. It brings me some amount of peace, I guess, being able to rescue another small part of the empire that I knew. And while the world we left, the empire we left, isn't here anymore, that doesn't mean the good of it and the values of it are gone. You know more, perhaps, about this new threat than anyone else alive. And from what I've seen, we may be some of the few who can stop it. I know what it's like to come back with no purpose. I am a war forged. I am a war forged. And there is no war. And there is no empire. And for a while, I thought that meant I had no purpose. But that's not true at all. We may be out of place and out of our time. But that does not mean we are without purpose. Now kind of give her a shoulder, a light squeeze, and stand up. Say, we appreciate all the help that you've given us. Take as much time as you need to think. If you need a purpose, I've got some ideas. And he'll turn and kind of look towards the group and then kind of walk a short distance away.
Do you rejoin the group?
Yeah.
All right. How intently was everyone listening in? Was it like a scoot? Was it like a thing where you guys were all stacked on the door, like looking through and just like end to end, where it was super obvious, or?
Well, Byron was there with them, and he was just kind of letting Sunny take the lead.
Okay.
Yeah, there was not discreet at all. I was hanging on every word of that fucking awesome monologue.
Same.
Amazing.
That was.
I mean, obviously inspiration, but I didn't want to
Yeah,
cheapen
like,
the
you
moment
know.
immediately. I didn't want to cheapen the moment immediately. I wanted that to savor for a second.
Yeah.
You know, inspiration for everybody.
Oh, no, I didn't say that.
But we know you meant it.
Yeah, well, hey, have you found 8 and 3 yet?
No.
No, then there you go.
If you take 2 threes and turn them back to back.
Oh my gosh, it makes boobs.
All right, though, Sonny, you rejoin the group. Bonya is going to chill over there and think for a little while. What are the rest of y'all up to?
We reconnect with Lydia, Matcha, Tobin, and
Little boy.
Liam.
Liam. Yeah, they're
And the horse?
they're chilling around.
Yeah, just want to understand the troop of people we've acquired.
Yeah, hold on. Now,
A real motley crew, if you will.
Oh, no, better. Yeah, you know, just the new Panther generation and their motley crew.
Yeah.
No. Guys, we've got enough people now. This is the new Panther generation.
Can we just now leave it
The
I
newer
love the Neo
Panther.
Panther
formally
generation.
known as the new Panther generation?
Guys, wait. We're going to we're trying to protect the world, right? And we can be like the new world order because we're trying to protect this new world that we've come into.
Hey, Order's kind of the Mind Flayers thing.
New World Balance? Oh, that just sounds like New Balance.
Yeah.
We could be the new balance. Yes, because we're trying to bring balance to the world with the Dust Dragon and the Dawn Dragon and the Mind Flailers. We're New Balance.
Oh, what's another band I could reference?
Anyway, I don't think Ode was particularly hanging on every word, but I think she was almost maybe keeping an eye on Morak and seeing if Bonya noticed Morak at any point, just to kind of observe, or if what that might be, just kind of more out of curiosity, I would think, than anything else.
That you saw, she's roll a perception check for me real quick. It's you think let me actually roll that. There was a short moment when you guys were inside when you were all speaking with her before she kind of demanded answers, where you did notice her kind of looking towards Morek and kind of her attention staying on him, but she never seemed to remark upon it or anything like that. More just an observation she made. Now, with that, Morek was wearing the Mind Flayer helmet to disguise himself, so it may have just been he was asking about that stuff.
Might have
But
been a cool, handsome knight kind of guy. But once Sonny comes back down to his sleeping bag, because we got that for him to make him feel like he can sleep. Morak's just gonna be like, how'd it go?
I'm not sure. I think it could have gone worse. I think we'll know more tomorrow.
I think could have gone worse is remarkably positive for our group.
I feel like that just kind of defines our group.
I think she's perhaps taken the realization better than I would have, or I did, I suppose. But I feel like it's a little early to make that call, because there's a lot to process.
Agreed.
Sonny, I'm really glad that's a speech that you could give. I mean, I know that Bonya's the focus right now and all that jazz and getting her up to speed and stuff, but just, I'm really glad for that. Glad that's where you are.
Me too. I made a recording of it so we can play it back later if we encounter someone else who's in this specific situation.
Well,
Those
hopefully
points
we
out-
don't find anyone else.
If we found 2, it's actually probably not that entirely uncommon at this point.
Oh gosh.
I think we all
What was that, Ode?
I think we also had to do this with Sinner, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah, sorta. So I guess 3. Man, it's like, they're around every other corner.
Yeah, it's becoming a real motley crew of people, if you will.
This is the second time you've said this in 3 minutes. I thought
It's just, oldish people just say that a lot.
He just learned the common word for motley and he really wants to use it.
old people? Are you calling yourself an old man?
It's his word of the day from his word of the day calendar.
Yeah, do you guys not carry those with you?
So,
A few weeks ago it was bog.
have we rested, or are we hoping to rest?
I think now we're about to take a big snooze.
Mhm.
If you
Oh,
will.
that was the
So-
other thing you missed, Eric. We leveled up.
Ooh. Sonny's arms appear more muscular, which is concerning since he doesn't have muscles.
Hey Eric, I'm assuming you're just adding 2 to charisma. You want me to do it for you?
Is this just maybe
We can tackle
Yeah, we can
tackle
do
that
that
later.
later.
Yeah, I'm hoping it doesn't come up that soon.
Yeah.
But so did we destroy the thing, the mind flayer ship?
No, we decided to go to sleep first, and we're doing that in the morning.
Yeah, we confirmed everything was stable enough for us to take it didn't need immediate attention, and said we'll do that after we put out the fires that are burning.
AKA
Excellent.
Morek's health, and then what's her name? Vanya's little.
Did we decide what to do with Kith and Kip and Kith and Lip and whatever
Yeah,
their names were?
yeah, we figured that we were probably gonna, let them out, but not give them access to, all of the technology down there. We're gonna destroy it all, but we're gonna let them go free to decide, make their own decisions.
Wow. We're really turning into a motley crew.
Next person who says this, I'm
say?
stabbing.
What do we do from here?
Like in the immediate, like
Dude,
tomorrow
I'm
morning,
trying
we
to go to bed.
blow things up.
Well, we blow things up, and then what?
Well, do you want to review the plan of heading to the area that Artuk's visions might be located in, and also there's if this was like in the northeastern parts of the world, there was also another illithid computer over there. Is that what you mean?
Yeah. I mean, does this change kind of what we were thinking? Because it seems like this is perhaps time sensitive. Although perhaps not, because if they can just transport instantly.
Well, yeah,
then-
that's what I was going to say. They'll either be here right fucking now, or will be ancestors to whoever they has to deal with us. We have no idea when they're coming.
Yeah, best I can
Maybe
figure.
for us, it's Artuk's thing is becoming, not to speak for you, Artuk,
Concerning.
seemingly time sensitive.
I mean,
I would agree.
thanks, y'all. I'd
like,
kind of
whenever
put
you-
there too.
It's not subtle.
It's not like whenever you burp now, there's like little spores that come out, and they smell.
I wish the smell was the worst of
Wow,
it.
way to drag him while he's down. Jeez.
I'm the one that shares a bed next to him.
Yeah, I mean, I think we need to go and handle all this as soon as possible. And I think that, that's the direction we should head, is we know where one more of these places are, and we should go and handle that. Luckily, the stuff that I need to deal with is right along the way, and frankly, I don't want to distract from it for long, because it does seem like we need to do it. But also, I think if I don't distract a little bit, then I'm probably not going to be able to be there to help a whole lot longer. Just, how long I'm going to be able to be here alive.
Well, I think any way we slice it, I think I'm willing to say we could risk the destruction of the world to save you. Those are odds I'll go for.
Oh man, that's a big one.
I don't think it's really risking the destruction of the world. Like Byron said, if they're going to instantly teleport there, it won't matter if we are able to. I don't know how long it takes to travel across the world, really, but it's. I doubt, and if I'm wrong, so be it. That us taking a few weeks or a few months will hardly matter to these creatures that have clearly been trapped below for 30 years, trapped below the earth here for 30 years, but now can potentially instantly teleport. So it seems like the time, like we want to address it, but not that. I don't know.
I will say,
Sonny
I don't
kind
think it
of
matters where we're at. because they said that they'll blacken the sky, so that kind of tells me they'll be literally everywhere. So I don't think it matters where we are.
Sonny kind of like puts one hand on each of Artuk's shoulders and he says, I meant what I said. So, when do we leave?
Thanks. I mean, I figure the morning. We should blow this thing up and then head. I think the fastest way to get there would be north. We can take a boat.
Sure.
If that's, are y'all are sure you're good with doing that?
Sure.
Yeah, I mean,
50,000%.
the way I see it, we still don't really know a whole lot about anything. So, like, the more knowledge we can gain in general is good for our goals, you know? And who knows, maybe your whole thing does have to do with the whole thing, or maybe it doesn't. But either way, I'm here for the ride.
Yeah. Maybe morally
Sorry, I had a bad pepper.
ambiguous things we've done. I think anything we've done to help each other has been the most, like genuinely positive. So not only do I care about you, Artuk, and I want to figure out how to fix this, I think that that's the best route any of us could go down.
I agree.
Thanks, guys. It's this is gonna sound dumb and sappy and shit, but it's been a hot second since I had a herd.
Aww. Me too. I miss my sheep.
Well, aren't they always with you? Like a part of you, technically.
I mean, one of them is like quite literal.
Hey, wait a minute. Have we stopped to consider that maybe there's a sheep out there walking around with Zeka's legs?
No, but I think that takes precedent over everything else that we're doing.
We must go investigate.
And we go to bed.
Yeah.
And the music swells and the camera zooms out and pans up to the sky.
And then pans down to a sheep.
Saying bat with
It's
Zeka's
walking.
legs.
It's still walking. It's on Zeka's legs, but it's walking like a velociraptor.
Oh no!
It's trying on pants at the Gap.
At the buckle.
No, I like that he's just like among a herd of other sheep.
Just with the human legs.
I'm in charge
Standing up,
now,
Paul.
guys.
You know how unsettling that would be? Like, a satyr is way less unsettling than a sheep with just two human legs in the back. Like, how does it even walk?
Wait, would it have
So
Zeka's
I'm
ass
imagining
too?
it's like a sheep torso.
I
like,
think it would.
like an upright sheep, like a bipedal sheep.
I was.
So are we suggesting that Zeka's dong is just swinging around somewhere on the sheep?
No, he was
Wait, are
not
we
18 yet. He
suggesting-
couldn't have one.
Oh yeah, he was 19 yet. Just a
Are we
kennel down
suggesting
there.
that this sheep wouldn't be wearing Zeka's pants?
I don't think. How could a sheep put on pants?
I think he would always be wearing the pants that Zeka was probably wearing, unless Zeka wasn't wearing pants when the transformation occurred.
Oh.
I was in a one.
Does Zeka currently wear pants? No.
These are important questions to dream about.
We'll answer in the next episode.
Tune in next time to find the answers to these questions and more.
Do we want to skip to the morning?
Yeah.
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 That's the play.
We all
Also,
share
this
an
music
emotional
sounds like
moment.
I'm taking David's job. It's morning.
this music sounds like the campfire music from Shrek the Third, where Shrek and Artie are talking.
Anyway, the next
Everybody.
morning.
Morak's going to spend morning putting back on his armor. Because he always has to take it off before bed, otherwise he get aches.
Yeah, that tracks.
And he is not trying to hide his orcness anymore.
Okay.
He's just letting it all hang out there, all organized.
Hanging tusk.
We wake up and Morak
Slinging
has been
tusk.
murdered
Slinging
by
tusk.
Bonya in the night.
An empire
My
loyalist
brave
to the
griffin.
end.
The Illithid Empire.
Bonya, no.
Yeah, as day turns to night and night returns back to the morning, you all begin to pack up. Bonya is going to towards the morning. Who would she walk over to?
She and Owen formed a really deep connection.
She stabs Ode.
Imperial's thing to do.
Yeah. You guys have all been like, oh, Morak's all racist and stuff. See, these Imperials just stab people in the night. Being different.
I think she just walks over to Sunny. And oh wait, Sunny, have you woken up or are you still playing solitaire?
I think he is playing solitaire, but like he's still aware enough. And he sees her and he kind of like shakes his head. His pupils dilate. His apertures dilate, and he kind of looks over towards her.
I have a question for you, if I may.
Yeah. What is it?
What is your goal right now? You said you were in my shoes not too long ago. Thrust into this new world. And you wanted to deny it. But it seems I don't have that chance. So what did you find to keep going with?
For a while, I thought I was here for the Empire. But the Empire doesn't exist anymore. And the Empire's not here for me. And then I didn't know what I was here for. And then I thought maybe I was here to make the rest of the world a better place. But the rest of the world isn't here for me either. And I thought about it for a while. And he kind of like looks around to everyone else who's kind of waking up, getting ready for the day. And I'm here for my friends now. And I don't always understand what they do or why they do it. But I know I'm very good at fighting and keeping people alive sometimes. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it for this group right here. And also, maybe we'll save the world in the process.
Well, then, until I find my reason, would you let me help you with that?
Of course.
Good. And she kind of just... So are you guys going to
Bonya joins the
destroy...
party.
Bonya joins the
I'm
party.
so here for it.
Great.
Holy shit.
Great.
Yo.
Helper and Bonya. Hell yeah. All right, someone
Sonny kinda like-
someone get me an axe, and it needs to be a left-handed axe.
What's your team ability?
Oh,
I am the voice of God in a way.
Sonny kind of like chuckles to himself and puts his hands on his hips, and he looks down and he looks around at the group and everybody getting ready to go off on this next leg of the adventure. And he kind of says somewhat to Bonya, but also just to no one in particular. He chuckles and he says, "Well, I guess you really are a motley crew now."
I stab
Has he
Sunny.
rolled an attack? you have sneak attack and advantage because you telegraphed this so hard.
Let's go.
Eric's out of the room, but Morak would run over and kiss Sunny on the lips. So.
Byron
Sonny,
throws
does
his
that hit?
romance book at
Passionately on the
Sunny's head.
lips.
Sonny, does that hit?
Oh, what? I think what's my AC?
Not enough. Nope, that does not hit.
Kezia, as you say, we're a motley crew. Kezia dashes out from the from her bed and with a knife in hand, and Sunny just, while still looking up at the sky, kind of waxing or just chewing on the scenery of his joke, sidesteps it as Kezia goes in for the killing blow.
Byron then throws his romance book at Sunny's head.
Sonny, you die instantly. You don't understand.
Oh god.
He tosses it so weakly, it just lands in his fucking hands, and it's a real raunchy bit.
It's a critical weakness of the Warforged. They were programmed for war, not love.
What is?
What is love?
Oh my god. Adam, what the hell did you just send?
You're welcome.
What? Oh my god.
Oh god.
I don't like it.
Hey,
I
Adam,
love it.
you get inspiration, and also you're now marked for death for that. You get both, but goddamn.
Somebody said something about like being like a velociraptor, and I could like this immediately came into my head, and I couldn't not make it come out.
You okay?
Did you draw that?
I grabbed a clip art of a sheep, which is the top part, and then I drew the legs.
That's
Oh,
so
okay.
good.
It's so good.
This
Why
will
did
be
you
our
give
new.
it ass hair?
Because it needed it. I did not come up with this. I was the medium by which this came into the world itself.
Hey guys, I know what the thumbnail's gonna be.
No.
It's not even a part of the game.
This will be our new symbol of the
Of the
the
new
fun
Panther
Panther.
Symbol of the Tusk veins. Let's go.
What?
You recreated it perfectly.
Oh my
I think that
god.
was the only group that actually has the strongest symbology.
Only made symbology for a character.
No, you guys get back to the Tuskbanes, and you find out that they've started to worship this strange sheep prophet and changed all their emblemology to follow it.
Oh god. It's like, this is actually what Grumsh look like. When you look up like biblically accurate angels, and there's these like terrifying eye monsters.
Biblically
Grumsh is
accurate
actually
Grumsh.
just a reverse.
I actually love this.
This is who delivers the weapons to the stockings of the little orc children in Grumpschmiss. It's Grumpshy Claws.
Accurate Grumsh.
I don't know who said it, but I had to make sure that was written down for history. All right. You guys still have the ruins to deconstruct and the question of Kip and Krith.
I think Ode, seeing kind of the group gathered and all awake, will like just kind of say, I don't know how she would bring this up, but say, so with us going to forward with our plan with Kip and Krith, I've been thinking about it a lot, and I think that we don't have enough, like, we can't tell the future. We don't know exactly what will happen here, and that if it were up to just me, I don't think that I actually would go with what the group wants to do, which is usually I end up kind of feeling convinced one way or the other, and so this is unique for me, but I can see that there's a bit of a consensus, and I don't want to get in the way of the group. And so, yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised that I feel a little different, in that I feel okay with that. I don't think we can know what will happen, but I'll follow your guys' lead here, and trust this will all work out.
Well, thanks for the trust. I
That's the
don't think
least I can do.
I don't think any of us know if what we're doing is right, but like you said, we can't. So
And hopefully Helper will still be able to translate them for us. Definitely big question mark there.
Helper, can you translate them for us?
I'm not sure, but it seems like a real kick in the dick if I couldn't, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
To be fair,
Helper, do you have a dick? Is it like a robo dick?
No, that would be yours. I
that?
was just performing diagnostics.
Oh no!
diagnostic dicks.
and to be fair, canonically in D&D, it's like super easy to learn the language. Zeka's 14 and knows like 8.
I thought he was a prodigy.
I thought he was American.
Can't be a prodigy if you're American.
That's true.
Oh, I thought he was just making a joke. Never mind.
No, Will got it right. Will was the one who got it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Hey, can we change the music from this feel-good, heart-to-heart campfire music? Because I'm not sure what the vibe is right now. It's
Yeah,
really,
right.
I still feel like we're like, well, hey, can't we just bring Kip and Kith in and have them be our buddies now? I mean, haven't we gone past what they used to be and what they used to want to do? We're all friends now, right?
Ona's having a feel-good moment of like personal growth in her own decision making. So fuck you.
Hey, no, that's good. That's good. But I think we can only have so many of those, and the longer this music goes, we're butting up on that quota.
We do just keep stacking them on. I feel like that music had a direct part in why we kept adding to it.
That's so true.
She's like, actually, what's Kezzy's voice?
You just do gestures. Come on.
It's been so
Just
long.
do Irish.
Anyway, Kezia comes in and she's like, actually, guys, I want to talk about my dad.
Oh no, she's already
Zach
decided
comes
she's murdering
in, he's
people
like,
for
I
that.
have terrifying nightmares about a sheep man.
Sheep man!
The sheep man still haunts me.
I know
Or
he's
is he a
out
man
there.
sheep?
And then Liam comes over and he's like, I only joined the because of my parents.
And then
Matcha comes over and she's like,
The ghost of Amir comes back and he's like, I'm sorry I was such a bad guy. I've had time to reflect.
And I've decided I was right, and he tries to kill you again.
So Amir comes back and is like, yo, I was a bad person. Hell sucks. Please forgive me.
We're Marley and Marley.
All right.
Okay.
Now with Black Betty playing, Sonny like turns back to the entrance of the mine and he like ties a headband on Rambo style and paints on like face paint underneath his eye apertures. And he's like, all right, let's blow this popsicle stand.
oh, it goes over to Kezia and she's like, Kezia, this is your moment.
Yes. But make
Let's
sure you
go.
Please blow it up when we are outside of the cave.
Okay, Kezia, not quite your moment yet.
Yes, we will tell you what your moment is now.
Okay. But you can see here, we can grab the big box of stuff and we can just lay charges everywhere. Because one spark, so long as it's within a good enough distance, should it like ignite everything that's inside of there. I don't know though. I'm not a very good blowing uppy person, but I want to try.
You're trying to refer the chain reaction?
You have blown up a lot of stuff.
Kezia, why don't you and I grab these charges and then we can figure out the best places to lay them, and then you and I can probably do it the best without, accidentally exploding them along the way.
That's fair.
So this is gonna go into what would this be called? Just a cutscene? Because this is gonna explode once Black Betty or the next classic rock music goes off.
Put on shoot to thrill. No, Won't Get Fooled Again by The Who. And then when it gets to
Shoom's always good.
We can do Shoom.
Shooting's good.
Support Ukraine.
I feel like Fortunate Son is ideal for blowing a fucking place up, like a fort up.
No, but it feels kind of insensitive, don't you think?
Yeah,
Shoot to thrill. You can't beat that.
Because that's just Iron Man, and that everyone loves Iron Man.
So I
Master
guess
Exploder by Tenacious D.
Yeah, it's Master Exploder. We figured it out.
who are the people who do placate Kip and Chris once we let them go?
Morak.
Sonny.
I know the
Sonny will,
most like Kip.
Sonny will take the opportunity while the charges are being set up to go. Like he'll go over kind of steadily to Kezia, and he'll like not like being obviously subtle to everyone else, but he'll kind of go over there and he'll say, Kezia, when we get ready to blow this place up, you should say, Bon voyage!
I give him 2 thumbs up.
Right.
Where'd you get those thumbs?
No.
Wait, quick question. How are we gonna blow it up?
I have an arrow.
Also a lot of boxes of explosives.
One arrow.
We got a lot of boxes of explosives, yeah.
There's so many explosives in that.
Yeah, I think you weren't there when we were initially exploring the cavern. We found a big box of explosives right at the front.
And then I've ignited some of them.
And a lot of barrels filled with tannerite, which is also an explosive. You guys got it for days.
Alright, fuck it, let's do it.
A couple of these. And Ode wraps 2 carefully in cloth and then puts them in her bag.
I think they're like 55-gallon barrels.
I thought they were like vial sized.
There were the vials at the beginning, and then there were barrels of a different thing, of that tannerite thing. I think near the entrance to. I have it on the map somewhere. Hold on.
That's fine.
Just grab 2 handfuls of tannerite powder and just put loose tannerite in your pockets.
I'll do that too.
Yeah.
Tasty.
And then stand a little bit too close to the blast.
Who wants to go into the ship? Because Morak's going in so he can let Kip and Kith out. I feel like Sonny can go in.
Oh, do it.
I'll go in. I'll help you with trying to calm them down, things like that.
Bonya's gonna wait outside.
And if they get rowdy, I'll help you put them down.
There we go. Morak and Sonny do the predator bro handshake thing. Where they both just flex as hard as they can, but Morak's wearing armor and Sonny doesn't have muscles, so they're just holding each other's hand really hard.
What is it with Morak and Sonny
you
having
son
so
of a
many
bitch.
romantic moments in the past few sessions?
Shipping.
I listened to the session highlight when we were talking about idioms, and they shared a very passionate moment there as well. So I'm seeing a pattern here.
There were a few more in that last session I edited.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. Sonny can't understand love.
I just haven't shown you yet.
It's
corrupted. Oh
no! Oh no!
Ship.
Pistol. God damn it.
Yeah, you guys are re-enter the ship and begin to strategically place a shitload of explosives just about. Morak, you heading in to release Kip and Krith, or one or the other?
Yes. Do we want to figure out?
I say we do one at a time. Let's start with.
It's Byron, Sonny, and Morak, right? Doing this?
Yes. Yeah. Autuk, where are you? Do you want to be in the ship with us?
Sure, I'll come in. I'd like to see it go.
Okay. Do we also want to ask the main computer if it has a map to the illicit homeworld?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, I'll go do that first.
Bless you, God.
I just thought of that, but we have classic rock playing, so I've all of my. I mean, if it's really far away, then.
They're here. They're on the planet.
Classic rock has been paused. I stopped playing it through the speakers.
Do we think it would help? I don't know. To me, it's like from what I get, from what Eric out of character, from what Eric gathered is that the Illithid are like, okay, now we're gonna go towards Oberian.
Even if you
Yes, please go ask the computer where they are.
it makes no difference.
It doesn't make a difference, does it? It's just thematically they'll show up when they show up, isn't it?
Well, I mean,
Here, wait. Here,
We're also gonna ask
I'll
them
see if
the speed of their ships.
Yes, I'd like to know the speed of the train they're on.
Okay.
I'll see if Helper can find out anything about when they'll arrive. And Sonny walks over to one of the terminals, and he like,
You have to touch
I don't
the
know,
box. You have to touch
puts
the
his
box.
hand. Yeah, he'll go back to the box, and he'll like tentatively like reach out and like put his hand on the box, and then kind of like winces and looks away. And he says, "Helper, can you tell anything about when the mind flailers will arrive?"
No, it would seem that that part of the that particular information was violently destroyed sometime last night.
Curses, they planned for this. How could they have known?
Vicious.
It happened it would seem shortly after your fight with them. In which case, I'm unsure how, but their central terminal seems to have been violently hacked apart.
Man,
They must have had some sort of failsafe.
Yeah, they planned for this.
Well, we tried, and he'll turn back to Morak and the rest of.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna go over here and I touch the tentacle.
Ugh. Yeah. you do thusly. Which one are you letting out?
Okay, now I link with the computer.
Start with the end.
No.
Start with the end. He
Your
seems less
arm is
likely to
supposed to
murder
go
us.
in there.
I'm gonna open up Kip first.
Kip, you mean the one that wants to murder things?
No, he's fine. Y'all are giving him too much.
He looks the most like me.
You're great.
Yes, but we both have pointy ears.
So does Ode.
Yes.
Okay, so he looks the most like two of us.
The door opens.
And you hear him split onto the floor.
Yeah, he just immediately falls onto the floor. This is not a delicate procedure at all.
Morak will
Somebody get him up.
try to help him up. Or did Sonny just say he's going over to help him up?
No, I said somebody get him up.
Oh, okay, I'll go over.
Don't help him up.
As you guys go over to assist him, Kip, after just a second, his eyes kind of like come back into focus. He looks around, naked as the day was born. Weird green dick just hanging in the breeze.
Nice.
It's 19 inches long.
One moment. Thank you for releasing me.
Sure. How are you doing there, Kip?
Better.
That's good.
Where are my
quick question.
weapons?
How violent are you feeling?
The first question he asked was, "Where are my weapons?" I'm not.
Wait, did I miss that? Okay, so you're feeling very violent. Kip. Let's cut down the violence a little bit and let's have a chat first. What do you think?
Morak's gonna go
He looks like he's sizing up Byron right now.
Morak's gonna go into his bag and pull out like some extra shorts.
I'm just gonna pull out my bow when I see him sizing up Byron. I'm gonna be like, "Just try it. I dare you."
Well, aren't you helping out Ode set up the bomb?
Damn it! I am. I'm not there to be violent against him.
I mean, if you want to be there, you can just say like Kezzy.
That's the room we're setting in charge at the time.
You guys are putting bombs next to Kip as you're popping him out. You just hope he doesn't flop on accident onto one and set it off early.
If any character will randomly show up and just point a bow at someone, it would be Kessia.
Yeah, you can be in the room, Brenna.
Okay.
Kezia pops out of one of the vents.
Oh, you find another pickle barrel. You pop out of it.
No,
I'm very good at teleporting to pickle barrels.
It's like Ode's like shadow step thing, but with pickle barrels.
Pickle pop.
I mean, the greatest
Other barrels? No, nothing. But pickle barrels, yes.
2 pickle barrels that you can teleport to.
Yeah, I think Ode noticing that Kezia has finished playing her explosives and has followed them into the Kip and Krith room. Like that's when Ode is like, oh, no one's watching me. I will carefully steal away my two vials.
Dink, you almost blew it up. If only you had 2 more vials of the stuff.
Morak will give him like at least something to. Canonically, Morak has a lot of fancy clothes, so I feel like he could give him some clothes.
Well, I mean, if you just give him something to cover up, Ode can make him clothes.
Yeah, I feel like he's got some extra boxers.
Yeah.
Some silk boxers.
He rejects them as he hangs dong proudly.
Okay. Cool. We already defeated the Illithids in this encampment. We're helping get you out of here so that you can go and slay more. Please, just bear with us for now.
Are you... So just so I understand, is Kezia laying bombs currently in this room?
Yeah, I guess for the sake of canon.
Okay. He kind of looks over at the bombs that Kezia is currently planting. Are you destroying this place?
Yes, is that going to be a problem?
Not at all. If you'll just allow me to search for my weapons first.
Sure. Why not?
You know what? Fuck it. Just can you make us one promise?
Depends on the promise.
Don't fucking attack us, please. Like we did you this solid. Can you just do us that one?
Don't give me a reason to. And he starts to walk. He starts walking off to go look for his shit.
Hey, look back. I'll watch. And I'm gonna trail him.
He's just. I'm not gonna manipulate his token. He's just going to be ambiently searching for his stuff for a bit of time.
Yep, I'll join. Just I don't need to talk if he doesn't want to talk, but I'm just there to make sure that he's
Stop
not
me in the room with all the scary monsters.
Yeah, I mostly just want to make sure that he's not gonna connect with a tentacle or something.
I'm just gonna be so sad if in the combat room there was just like a lightsaber sitting on the ground. We just didn't pick it up.
Oh, there
was?
No, it's in this room.
Oh no, it's in the room with all the rats. It's in the poop.
Artuk's kind of following along with Kip and like half-heartedly pretending to look like you're like picking up like sheets of paper up from the desk and stuff. Like, oh no, not under there. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh,
I know what this says.
The paper and shoves them in her bag.
Okay. Outside of the fiction,
this room.
I like how I created something, a little bit of fiction for Adam's character, and then Mary was like, and this is also mine, and this is real. That's very.
Sorry.
Don't be
No,
sorry.
I feel like
It's world building.
Yeah, she's just walking by.
I feel like that's very owed.
Morak will now grab the tentacle, play with it, and then interact with the computer and open up Ant. I forget.
Chris just face plants onto the ground hard.
Oh fuck! And Byron will help him. Going, oh god, you're so crunchy, chitinous. I don't know what the word is. Help him up.
You just call him crunchy?
He's dope as hell.
So this token's slightly misleading. So it's still like the 6 limbs, but he is walking on all 4s with 2 arms, like devoted to holding nothing right now, but just kind of like leaning forward.
Is he just that creature?
Centaur?
Is he just the creature from the one episode of Boba Fett?
No, he's more like. Hold on.
He's an ant centaur.
Like, you guys know the creature I'm talking about, like the 6 arms that would walk on 4 and then sometimes 2.
I haven't seen it. Is he a thread queen?
Yeah, almost.
He's a Formic from the Ender series.
Anyway,
Yeah.
something a little
Oh
more
god,
like
it's
that,
way
but
more
more
scary.
ant-like.
You gave
That is
us the Bugs
terrifying.
Life
It's
version.
a little more
of it.
ant-like than that.
You gave them a Bugs Life version of the token, and then you just showed us the ants rendition. Like, what the hell?
Well, he's an ant, so that's what you get.
I like Bugs Life more.
Yeah, everyone does. Everyone with a pulse does.
That's what he is.
Dude, that
Imagine
ants
liking
part.
ants more than Bugs Life, even though I've never seen Bugs Life.
That's what he actually looks like.
No, that it depends on whether you fight him or not. He has a cosmic appearance. It depends on his emotional state.
I could have opened him up if I was that scary. Oh
You're telling me Morak's scared of this little bug boy?
Oh, he is the size of an actual ant, right?
No, he's about
But David
30
says
feet tall.
one of the most terrifying monsters we've seen in D&D. He's got blades for legs.
Yeah, you hear just clink, 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 moving along the floor.
Oh yeah, wow, that's pretty scary.
Scary.
So, how you doing, Kith?
Hello, friend.
Hi, partner.
Well, howdy, partner. Taking a new direction with this character. No, thank you.
Sure. So, what are your plans? Like, what you think about doing?
Connecting with my people.
Oh, okay. Now, listen. You are on another planet. I don't know.
This will
and
prove difficult.
yes. Just figured I would let you know.
You
And then he
can
just kind of shrugs.
come with us as long as you need.
Yeah, as long as you promise not to like be a dick or hurt us, like we're more than happy to have you.
Don't give me a reason.
When Morak says that he can come with us, Sonny kind of glances towards Morak with a look that says, "Wouldn't that make us?"
Kezia comes out of a pickle barrel.
Sonny, you see a red dot appear on your forehead.
You start seeing Morak start pointing towards Sunny.
The camera pans over to Kezia, who, as she's laying the charges, picks up the detonator and just, like thumbs over it, thinking for a moment, and then like, shakes her hand in the back of her pocket.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, feel free to join us. Do you need like clothes or like, yeah, anything? Food?
Morak looks at Byron confused when he says, "Do you need clothes?"
I'm trying to be friendly here.
Hey,
It's
question.
doing that bug thing where it's like mandibles at the front of its mouth are moving just a little too much, even though it's not like chewing on anything or talking.
Okay, Byron doesn't quite shit himself looking at that.
Are these guys speaking common?
Helper was translating.
Okay.
Let that be the answer for a little bit.
All right, Chris.
Wait,
feel free to meow. Okay, bye.
Chris just kind of begins moving towards the door and begins kind of moving around the ship, clearly confused. Kezia, what do you do when? What does everyone do when they see this strange ant spider monster just emerging from behind the door?
What do you
In
do
all
when you
fairness,
see
we did
Kith
discuss
gone?
letting him out.
Yeah, we were kind of expecting it. Like that was part of the course for the night.
And plus, Kezia doesn't have any fear.
Good to know. We'll be changing that.
As soon as it
Alrighty.
leaves the room, Byron will like do like the little shiver off, like, oh fuck.
Yeah, I didn't realize. I think like when we just saw like his face floating in the hologram, Chris was way less scary.
Yeah, wait, yes, absolutely. That thing fucking terrifies me.
And why didn't Kip want pants?
I don't like. Well, you'd probably have to make like special pants for it, wouldn't it? Because like it walks on fours.
No, Kip.
Oh, Kip, I don't know. If he's got a 19-inch dick, I would want to show that off too.
You think Kip walked on all fours?
No, I mixed up Kip and Krith. You know,
It's very confusing that both of the names are very similar.
Yes.
Like, what are the odds of that?
It's okay. God can sometimes be an idiot.
Yeah, Kip the gift,
or just intentionally confusing.
Does God name people?
Well, you're the one that worships the god. You would know.
Yeah, I don't. As far as I'm aware, Mr. didn't.
Does
name
God
him.
stay in heaven because he too is afraid of what he created?
I will look at Krith and nod.
Okay, do we all want to wait outside for them to come back with their weapons or possibly clothes?
Sure. Fuck yes. I'm getting out of here.
Hey Byron, roll a d8 for me.
5.
It's not.
On the way out, Kritha saddles up next to you. Just by sheer coincidence.
Krith the Ant-Man?
Yeah.
Mr. Paul Rudd himself? Oh, hi, Krith. How you
This
doing?
is the second time we've brought up Paul Rudd in the same D&D game.
We're playing with Ant-Man.
Krith, what a coincidence. I'm
Reaches out one of its hands towards you.
Byron will just put one out too.
It picks a centipede off your shoulder and eats it.
Oh!
It is visceral and uncomfortable to watch. It picks it up, tosses it in its mouth, and then like way too sharp of like chomping motions for such a small bug.
Byron keep his composure and goes, "Oh, thank you very much, Krith.
What do Krith's hands look like?
What do what?
What do Krith's hands look like? Are they like similar to human hands or what?
Yeah, more like sharp claws. They're like
just normal human hands.
They're like they have 4 fingers and they're just a little sharp. They're almost more like pinchers.
Mm-hmm. So not fleshy human hands.
Well, one of them is, and it's the one that nearly touched Byron. No, it's kind of just like a 4-finger like sharpened pincher type deal.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
So, what do you like to do for hobbies, Krith? You know?
It walks away.
Oh, thank fucking Christ.
And
So y'all
after
ready to resume this rock music?
Oh yeah,
hit it.
Yep. After a couple of minutes, Kip just emerges from the ship, still naked, no weapons or armor to be seen. Looks frustrated. But you guys are good
they're
to
at the
go.
bottom of the poop hole.
Probably.
They were used as toilet paper.
Ooh, not the weapons.
But yeah, they'll just mosey on out of this town and scare the shit out of Byron more on their way out.
Hey, Tobin, Machamp, Liam. We made some new friends.
What the?
Don't stare.
I'm going to stare. You will not stop me from that. Look at this.
To be fair, we're all kind of weird as here.
That thing's penis is just hanging out. I assume that's
Guys,
a penis. I have no idea. Is that a tail? Is that prehensile hand? I have no idea how that thing works.
It's long enough to
I
be.
Do you want to
I
know?
feel the coolest how the other half live session coming out of this.
God help us.
I feel like Owen finishes setting up the explosions in the big room with the brain all the way to the right, and kind of then just like eyes the brain, and then takes her baton out, or like presses the button to make it a staff, and just like spends a good like couple minutes just like stabbing it with the staff on every side, like really quick.
You see as you're walking back there, you see Kip start walking over or walking towards you with just a sharp rock he found on the verge of doing. It's just like, oh, and he just starts walking back away.
Like, oh, she's got it.
Oh yeah, okay, someone took my lesson to heart.
And then when she's done with that, she'll go back to where the group has gathered. I think in this main room over here, and I'm imagining we've like mostly centered the explosions on the illithid part of it, but then have like kind of made a line going from like the beginning of the mine down to here. Kezia or Brenna might be able to speak to this better, but I don't know if she said that she had just stepped away.
Oh yeah, I feel like we're blowing up this entire cave.
Yeah, I feel like you guys are bringing this whole thing down if you can, and you certainly have the material to do it.
And there's definitely an undue concentration located at the bed of Nebraska.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Who's gonna go near that, Artuk? Be realistic. Who's gonna go near that? You guys just have to hope it lands.
Sonny's gonna just like as he's walking out, be like, "Oh, Helper, do you want your box?"
It seems soiled. Let it burn. Let it burn and be crushed with the rest of this place. Is there anything I can do to help with that?
So I kind of like look around and shrug. I don't think so.
I will be entering sleep mode then. Please let me know if you need any further help.
Will do.
What's it look like, Kezia?
I am gonna ready an arrow, and I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna have dipped it in some like flammable substance. And I'm gonna ask.
Go Founders brand motor oil.
Yeah.
Pickle juice doesn't work.
It does in this case.
It's still Faunus brand pickle juice.
And I'm gonna ask Sunny to light it.
Sonny will kind of
pull out a match.
No, guys, he puts out his thumb and the cap of it flips off and it's a Zippo. Come on.
That's what I was about to say. His thumb flips off and he lights it, and he flips his thumb back closed.
Nice. And I'll draw the arrow back, and release it. And as I release it, I'll wait about a minute, and then I'll say bon voyage, and then hopefully that's when everything explodes.
Roll a d6. You have advantage.
Well, I lined the whole cave, the whole like mine entrance with explosives. So we'll see it like burst out of the front, I think.
Oh yeah, Kezia.
He says
Got
bon
the
voyage,
timing
and then we hear
just right.
We hear a muffled pop under the ground, and that's it.
Yeah, no, Kezia, as you launch this arrow, right as the music hits the high point, it lands, and just suddenly this cascade of explosions just rips from the front of this mine down through it and just deep into the heart of this mountain. But no, as it just rips through, and you guys just all see this explosion tear apart. Just hunks of the earth just get erupted out from the mountain. Sorry, of the Oberian get ripped out from the mountain and just thrown into the air. And you do notice as soon as after the first little range of explosives go off, you do start hearing a rumbling moving straight towards this mountain that you guys just detonated, and you get the distinct sense you should get the hell out of Dodge.
Oh god. The worms
Let's
are back.
go.
I feel like
North.
an important part of my vision of how this looks is that we feel this like huge blast of heat come towards us at the end of town, and as the explosions just barely not start to like settle, but we see that like part of the front of the mountain has like caved in and is like creating this giant pillar of like smoke and dust. That's how it looked in my head too.
Oh hell yeah!
And then we need to get the hell out of Dodge.
Sonny opens up the compartment on his chest, pulls out a cigar, holds it between two fingers just in time for the wave of heat to come blast by. It lights the cigar, and he just smokes it watching.
You guys slow walk away for about a minute, and then you realize, oh shit, those worms, and you start running. And I think that's a pretty good spot to end the session. We can pick up next time with you guys actually heading your way north.
That's
Heck
awesome.
yeah.
That's real
But-
good.
Yeah.
But an hour or so after you all leave, you see emerging from the rubble a single hand of Jabraska's frog form as he looks towards, wondering where his box went.
No!
And we will pick up next
Finn?
time.
Question mark?